What's up, everybody? It's been a while since the last live stream. 12 days since the last time I did a live stream. That's a long time. Does not feel like it was 12 days. I was thinking at most like 9. How's everybody doing tonight? I myself am very tired. It was a long day yesterday. Yo, what's up, everybody? So, who we got in here? Dinosius? What's up, bro? Adonis, how you doing? Snailium, Womack, Janzi, Fantasium, Tayshawn. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? First live stream in almost 2 weeks. Anno, how you doing? How's everybody doing tonight? So yeah, tonight we are doing a Kenjaku versus Toji debate. I'm extremely tired, was up super late last night, did not sleep much, and then was just hanging out with friends all day. So I'm very tired, but I wanted to upload at least like something today, so I said, you know what, this is a good live stream to do. Also, like, something I've learned is if you do debates on stuff, you end up learning more about the series like at a faster rate. Just I don't know, it just kind of ends up happening that way. So I've been trying to study Jujutsu Kaisen more, get a better understanding of it so I can make more videos on it anyway. So I thought, you know what, this would be a good thing to do tonight. Deadbird, what's up, bro? He said always streaming late. Yeah, I really do, man. I don't know why I do this, bro. I always do the streams in the middle of the night. How's school, bro? It's been good. It's been good. The semester's finishing soon. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this, bro. I am going to be on Team Kenjaku for this debate. I really think there's arguments for both sides. I was thinking of picking Team Toji because I wanted to hear like more creative arguments for Kenjaku. But in reality, I think I would lean slightly more towards Kenjaku. Like, you can make an argument for either one winning. But yeah, I kind of want to just open this up to debate right away. Just so that I can just so we can get into the debate right away, really. My stance is I think that Kenjaku would be slightly more likely to win. His arsenal is actually just genuinely insane. His Jujutsu knowledge might actually be on par with Sukuna's, if I'm being completely honest with you. The dude, he's been alive for 1,000 years. Meanwhile, we don't really know if like Sukuna was actually refining his like curse technique or learning more about sorcery for 1,000 years. Clearly Sukuna is just the stronger sorcerer, but like Kenjaku legitimately might be #1 in terms of overall knowledge. Like, he can just pretty much do anything. His arsenal's insane. Like, some of the cursed spirits he has, I don't even know all the abilities of them. Like, this one he's using against this girl, like, what even is this, bro? Like, he just has so many different tools he can use. And his overall stat is actually really good too. I'm leaning towards Kenjaku. I think his best win condition would just be like if we're saying full power Kenjaku, then technically like every spirit in the Culling games is from him. It maybe not exactly 100% all of them, but it's like 95% of all the cursed spirits in the Culling games are just from Kenjaku anyway. So if we're saying like full power Kenjaku, like, can Toji really handle all of the cursed spirits in the Culling games plus Kenjaku himself? I don't really know about that, especially since like one of his cursed spirits was I think Kuro. Yeah, I think his name was Kuro, and Kuro like gave Yuta somewhat of a challenging fight. I'm leaning towards Kenjaku. I think if it's full power Kenjaku, we give him all of his cursed spirits from the Culling games, I think Toji's going to lose, just eventually lose. But let's open this up to debate. If anyone wants to join the debate, here's just a quick tutorial on how to do it. You go to my channel, you click posts, and then you go to this most recent post I did right here, where it's Kenjaku versus Toji. You click on the comments, and then the pinned comment is a link to the debate itself. So you click that and you can join in this live stream debate tonight. Okay, so I'm about to myself, and you said Kuro versus Yuta was like a mid diff. I agree, yeah, but he's still like, I mean, he legitimately almost killed Yuta. But to be fair, like Rika wasn't even really helping him much. And they were like trying to save people at the same time. Yuta wasn't using like his max power, his curse technique, like the 5-minute interval where he can use like all of his curse techniques. He wasn't doing any of that. So I agree, like it was a mid diff for Yuta, but the fact that Kuro like almost killed him and Kuro can just regenerate himself, like, well, Kuro was interesting because it was like Yuta killed him and then Kuro just comes back to life. I need to go back and look at like how Kuro did that exactly. But another thing about Kenjaku is like it's not just his cursed spirits you have to worry about. It's like all the cursed tools that the cursed spirits have too. Is kind of crazy. But let me just open the debate. Deadbird, you said everyone seems to think Kenjaku wins. Maybe you should argue Toji. Is that true? You might be right. Kuro left eggs. Maybe I should argue Toji. We'll see. Like, if everyone in the chat... Because I actually thought it was going to be the opposite way. But, Deadbird, you do have a good point. Because I saw that in the poll. Like, the poll did say that most people thought Kenjaku would win. I thought it would be the inverse of this. I thought most people would pick Toji. Maybe I'll argue Toji for tonight. But just like my actual thoughts on it, I do think Kenjaku would win. But I have some ideas for how Toji could win too. We'll see. Let me just open up the debate now. So anyone who wants to join in the debate here, let me also, I think I can drop the Discord link in here myself. Hold up. That'll make it easier if anyone doesn't want to go through all those steps, right? Am I logged to my YouTube? Yeah, I am. Here, let me drop the Discord link in here too. So if anyone wants to join the debate, feel free to. Here, this is the link. And here's this. Boom. So yeah, if anyone wants to join the live stream debate tonight, you can do it through that link. I'm about to hop into that right now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab my other laptop so I can see your comments while the debate is ongoing. Okay, hold on. I got my other laptop right here. I actually was charging it before I started the stream, because I like to be able to see what you guys are saying as the debate actually is ongoing, right? And let me open the Discord. I'm going to hop into the... Oh, dang, we already got a lot of people in here. Okay, just 1 second, guys. I see you guys in there. Anno, Ashura is here. I haven't seen Ashura in a minute. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just opening the YouTube chat. Just 1 second, sorry. I really should have opened this before I started the stream, but I just simply didn't. I actually don't have a good excuse for why I didn't do that. There's no reason really. I just simply did not. Okay. All right, yeah, we can start now. Yo, what's up? Are you guys able to hear me?
While Dagon's getting hit by Toji's strongest attack that are amplified.
What's up?
Dagon can still like literally take those hits to the head while getting stabbed in the head, and he's still alive.
I don't. You know that. Hold on, Ken. I don't. You didn't get this. Hold on, y'all.
What's up, you guys? How are you guys doing?
We doing good. We doing good.
That's good.
Hey, Lepos.
Cheryl, what's up, bro?
This bullshit, man. Like, bro, it's 4 o'clock.
No,
it's 4 o'clock, my nigga.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I always do streams at such odd hours.
Like,
bro,
I just...
You hate me specifically. Like, you just don't like me. It's fine, bro.
It's been a minute.
What is this matchup, bro? Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby Hot matchup.
Oh, Kenny, is that you, bro?
Toji.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
You were supposed to add me on this account, bro, and you never did.
I didn't even know. I didn't know this was your...
Yes, you did. We had a whole 10-minute call on this account.
I forgot, bro. I'm constantly running on like 4 minutes of sleep. I barely remember things. But...
You're good, man.
No.
But
Lilos, I was just talking about this when you say Lilos. What's your thoughts on Dagon versus Toji fight, where like Toji sharpens Playful Cloud, is using Playful Cloud, which strengthens him, stabs Dagon multiple times in the head, and Dagon doesn't die.
Like, he dies eventually, but like the first few stabs don't kill him.
Yeah, and like also Dagon is also weakened from like obviously fighting previously, and like having a domain clash.
I mean,
with Megami.
I don't think that's too bad because like the special grade curses are pretty tanky. Well, the disaster curses are tanky.
Yeah, I think the way he put it, Naobito said it or something, or I think it might have been was it Nanami? He said he has like a lot of HP, so it's like even if you just stab the shit out of Dagon, like unless you're gonna blow him up, he won't necessarily just die.
Well, Nanami was saying that specifically about his ratio technique. I don't think that like has anything to do with how much cursed energy he lost from having to like try to fight against Megami, as well as the idea that like Nanami is like leagues above. Nayobito is leagues above Nanami, and like Nayobito was doing. And that's why he sends out 80% of his like hit technique to Nayobito and only 20% to Nanami, right? Like,
yeah,
obviously a major disparity between the two.
I think like
okay.
I think you could argue that Naobito is like twice as strong as Nanami because of that statement, like because of like how he split up his energy. But yeah, I don't think I don't think it's bad that it took like multiple stabs for him to kill Dagon. I don't think that's. I mean, he still like obliterates him.
Because there's a statement that just says Kenjaku could one-shot Dagon.
Oh, really? Wait,
no, that was never stated.
Wait, what chat?
That was never stated.
So Kenjaku is so much stronger than Dagon that he's capable of using cursed spirit manipulation on him without like submitting him.
Where was this stated?
Yeah, I can go get it.
Yeah, I want to. I actually.
It was a.
I'm not aware of that statement.
Q&A. Yeah, it was a Q&A.
It was in a
Q&A. Do you want to, Lilo? Do you want to do like the one-on-one like format, or are we gonna just like do whatever?
I mean, we could. I'm thinking we could just. I was thinking it could be all right if it's open since there's not a ton of us. What do you guys think? What is the overall?
I had a whole. The only reason I wanted to do it just because I had a whole thing laid out. I did a whole bunch of I read the fight with him versus Kenjaku versus Yuki. There's some stuff in there that's interesting.
Okay.
Bro,
bring up.
He had prep time, bro. Let him get his 1v1, bro.
Okay, yeah, you could go first, Nano. So but before Anno goes, just real quick, who do you guys all think would win? Like everyone could just like quickly say who they think would win, and then Anno, you can go first with your.
Toji, high extreme.
I think Toji.
Oh, you guys are all saying Toji?
Except Dionysus.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll support Kenjaku for tonight then.
Lilos, beep DMs.
Oh yeah.
And add me back.
Okay, hold on. Let me just look at his DM he just sent me real quick. Wait, I don't see it. I don't see it. Did you send the DM to in this chat?
No, I sent it in DMs.
Yeah, I don't
send it in the chat.
I don't see it, bro. Yeah, it's it didn't pop up for me. It doesn't say I have a new DM for some reason.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I
no,
don't.
It's because you don't have me added back, so you have to go to add me back first, and you'll see it.
All right. Let me look at my things. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. I'm adding you.
Yeah.
Did Professor Fiction to show up?
Yo, Professor Fiction, what's up, bro?
Yo.
How are you doing?
Y'all should let Prof get his one first, because Prof always have to go in 2 minutes.
I just came to listen. I'm at the gym right now. I can technically talk.
Prof doing anything but being in existence, bro.
Huh?
I said Prof doing anything but being in existence.
Okay, so I'm actually reading this message you just sent me. You said it's like a Q&A, and it says...
Yeah, so there's a Q&A part of the fan book that you get when you buy the box set. So there's a four thing box set for JJK for the first few albums or whatever, and it has the fan book in it, and in one of them, one of the questions and answers ends up being if he wanted to, can Jogo can he take care of the disaster curses with curse spirit manipulation, right? And then the answer is yes, right? Like using her spirit manipulation on one-on-ones, yeah, he can like take control of them, but like he'd have a more difficult time with like specifically Jogo and Mahito. Meaning like just using her spirit manipulation alone, he should be able to like one-shot Dagon, which means like he's significantly above Dagon. Whereas Toji, like Dagon could still fight back, and he even thinks like if he gets his short hit to hit Toji, like he can win the fight, right?
Yeah, that actually is an interesting point. I've never seen that statement before, but it does say that. Yeah, it does say he'd be able to like take over Dagon with curse manipulation. So that is pretty crazy.
That has a different interpretation to it, bro. It just means that he would have a harder time beating Mahito and Jogo than beating Dagon.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, no,
doesn't make sense
because it's
asking about curse spirit manipulation.
yeah, it's specific. Well, just real quick, it word for word, like this is me reading it word for word. It's the question is, if he wanted to, could Kenjaku take control of Jogo, Hanami, and even Mahito using curse spirit manipulation? And the answer says he could if it's one-on-one, but I think it'd be tough, tiring, and bothersome if it were Jogo and Mahito. But so like that means like he could do it to any of them except for Jogo and Mahito.
But taking control of them requires him beating them first. It never implies that he could just take
No, because taking control of them just requires him to be at a very high level.
Well,
that doesn't even make sense.
I mean, like at the
even you read that one time.
Yeah.
Even, before you do that, hold up. Let me say something, Ashra. Before you do that, right, Ashra? That doesn't even make sense in the context that you're trying to make it make sense in, right? Because at this point in the story, right, Kenjaku has already been shown and dictated to be above like these characters, right? Like he's just shown to be on this level above. So it doesn't make sense that people are asking him. Huh?
Mahito that Yuji almost beat in his first. Dude, having rough time with Mahito and being over Dagon that much, that makes sense.
It doesn't make sense that it's literally asking, hey, can Kenjaku beat the disaster curses, right? Because the disaster curses are not only working for Kenjaku, but I think it's pretty obvious to everybody, like, who reads the story, that, like, Kenjaku is on a tier above the disaster curses.
The statement only requires that he can take over them, not that he has to skip the fighting portion.
Also, he literally just does it to Mahito, right? So that would
because he was half dead. He was half dead. He was beat to shit by Todo and Yuji. Are you skipping the whole fight, my brother?
Again. Do you think that like? Do you think the disaster curses that are like on a fighting tier against like Geto, do you think like it's a close fight or Kenjaku?
Bro, in the statement you just mentioned, it said he would have a
statement ask about cursed spirit manipulation and doesn't ask about a fight. Which is why I'm saying the context you're trying to put it in doesn't make sense.
Well,
yeah, just what the conditions of the ability is.
Well, one second.
There's two conditions, right? There's two separate conditions. So there's one condition that dictates that if he's just strong enough, he can just do it. I can get it for you. It's only chapter 78, is 75, 76.
Explicitly, that if he's 2 ranks above them, they're both special grade. That means that he physically cannot do that.
No, there's a big gap in special grade. So like special grade isn't like necessarily one rank, right? There's like a huge disparity.
Regardless, if he's having trouble capturing Mahito, fodder Mahito, that takes like Todo and Yuji beating his ass.
That could just mean he's bordering on the idea, like he's bordering on being 2 ranks above Mahito and Joga, right? Like it's a very close 2 rank difference, and he would be tired from doing that specific thing, which is perfectly fine.
You can make the argument that it's just him needing to beat them down first, and then he takes control of them. That makes more sense. It's more. I don't think it makes.
Well, one thing I'll say real quick. I don't think it would. So, if he were to like, let's say he's fighting Mahito 1v1, I don't think that would be challenging for him at all. Especially since he has an open barrier domain. Like, I don't think Mahito can even clash with him. So I mean,
can we read one more time, bro?
yeah. So here, 1 second, guys. Yeah, I'll read this one more time. Also, like, I mean, maybe you could argue that like this Q&A has a slight mistranslation. That's another argument, but I'll read it word for word one more time. It says, the question is, if he wanted to, could Kenjaku take control of Jogo, Hanami, even Mahito using curse spirit manipulation? That's the question. And then the answer says he could. It says he could if it's one-on-one, but I think it'd be tough, tiring, or bothersome if it were Jogo and Mahito.
So look at me, Lilo.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, let Ryu go real quick.
You're not wrong.
What Ryu
I was
were
gonna
saying?
say, sir, you're not wrong. Yeah, because it does say Mahito and Jogo be some tiring and then something else. It would be all three of those to have to deal with them, which means they would be a lot more harder to deal with, and they wouldn't take them over. It's a 1v1 format. But it'd be harder to take them on 1v1, right?
Yes.
Well, like,
That means he has to fight.
well,
He can't just take
Jogo
over.
or other ones though, it might for the yeah, I agree with. I'm not saying it's going to be like to use every arsenal, but it's clearly going to be somewhat annoying to deal with those two specifically because of their power. Now, as for Dagon in them though, Dagon wasn't even mentioned, so I'm assuming Dagon probably is going to be the easiest one to deal with. I'm not going to lie, just because he personally got his powers, or her.
True. If he can be dealt with easily, that's fine. It doesn't mean he can just ignore him. It doesn't mean he can just one shot.
That's not the question.
Yeah,
hold on. Let's let Anno go.
Can I
Anno, go ahead.
Yeah, can I do my thing? Because I had a whole thing prepared.
Yeah.
So
Here, just 1 second. I'm just gonna share like my stance on that real quick, and then Anno, you can do your have your whole turn. One thing I wanted to say is like it says Jogo and Mahito. You could interpret that as it would be tough for him to take them over if they're like both jumping him. You could say that. That's another thing you could say. But yeah, so Anno, you could go ahead and do your thing.
Okay, so yeah, basically my assessment with Kenjaku versus Toji is that Kenjaku is kind of like a technique merchant and a domain merchant, and neither of those things really even help against Toji. Because I read through the fight with Kenjaku versus... At the start of the fight, he gets like almost caught off guard by piercing blood. And like yeah, I know that he can dodge it. Like he can dodge it, but he like barely dodges it. Piercing blood is the speed of sound, and Maki, who's equal to Toji, can just like casually dodge things that are like 3 times the speed of sound. It's like already just Toji like is effectively like 3 times faster, arguably, than Kenjaku. So like in terms of stats, like he would just be screwed. So then it just comes down to the techniques. In the whole fight, it's kind of interesting, the parts where he's fighting Choso. It kind of looks like he sometimes gets caught off guard by Choso and has to actually like try somewhat against basically a grade 1 sorcerer. And what he's doing is usually he's making up for like not necessarily always just being able to dodge and block everything by just using curse spirit manipulation. And then there's a part where he has to use the gravity technique, which was like Choso's whole goal in the start of the fight was to get him to use another technique to like reveal information. And then he actually does it. So like just Choso was able to push him enough that he actually had to like use a whole different technique.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like one thing that I found. Another thing was like with durability, because one thing people talk about, this is just a different thing with Kenjaku in general, is that like his domain and how like strong his domain is, where it like screwed up Yuki really fast. But like with his domain, it's like Yuki kind of has trash durability, like that's how he beats her. Because at the end, he like hits her with a mini Uzumaki and it pretty much like one-shots her.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a full Uzumaki, it's just a mini Uzumaki and she basically dies. Like she's so injured she can't go on from a mini Uzumaki. And he's like weakened because he already used his technique, like it explicitly says he's weakened, and then he's already using like basically he's weakened and it's still just like one-shots her. So like in terms of durability, I don't know how much that would even if it worked on Toji, because I think some people would argue because of the open domain thing it would work on Toji. I don't think it would. It only really works with Sukuna's because he targets inanimate objects. But even if it did, I think Toji could literally just get out. Like I think he could get hit by it and then like rush out of the get out of the domain before he dies. Because it's an open domain. Yeah, sorry, that was a little incoherent. I had a lot of thoughts going in my head. They're getting kind of scrambled.
No, those are good.
That means, like when he says that, like what does that mean? I'm not sure. Like I don't know if he means the first time you used it in a fight, or if he means like when it's first fired, it's fastest.
Yeah, it's just, I think
I don't know the context there.
I think it's
when
like
it's first fired. It's when it's first fired.
Like because I always thought it meant like if he, Yuji said something similar to that too. It's like when he fires it, it's at its fastest. But then he can like change its angles and stuff, and like when he's changing the angles of it, then it's a lot slower.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think here's the thing is I don't think it's like effortless though, because like he gets caught off guard by like the piercing blood move, because he does like a slightly different version where he like stretches his hand out to grab him, and that also catches him off guard. And like here's the thing, I guess you could say the first time he was just caught off guard, but like why would you be caught off guard by Choso using piercing blood? Like what else is he gonna open the fight with? He's Choso. Like you made him in a lab, you know what his moves are.
I mean that's fair, but I mean he's like even this, I don't know if I would consider this him like struggling with it. He like had enough time to dodge it and release a cursed spirit at the same time. Like
yeah, I mean, like I'm not saying it's like he can't dodge. I just think it's like it's harder. It's like harder than you would think it would be for someone who's supposedly like a rival to Toji. You know, like I don't think Toji is even like, even if he gets completely caught off guard somehow, he would still just like move his head 1 inch and he would dodge it.
Like my thoughts on Kenjaku's reaction speed, I think he's actually like relative to Yuta, because the scene where Yuta like you know the scene where Yuta chops his head off, like Todo makes him appear right behind him, like even though he was like blitzed off guard, he still like reacts to Yuta. So I like even off guard he can like still react to Yuta like trying to kill him. So the way I see it is like, I mean, I don't know if Toji's faster than Yuta.
I mean, I think like, I don't know if he reacts. I mean, he reacts in the sense that he like notices him, but it's like if you notice someone right like a second before they kill you, like does that really mean you reacted to them? Like,
yeah, I mean that's a fair point. Like so actually that scene, there's something we could talk about with that scene. I always thought that like Todo made Yuta teleport twice based on like how the slash looked, but I don't know if other people agree with that or not. I could pull it up. It was 243, I think. But the other thing though is like the way his curse technique works, the gravity technique, I don't think he really needs to be massively faster than Toji for it to work. Like even if he's somewhat relative to him, it should still just like trap Toji when he tries to get close, you know?
What Yuki says is, because there's like an interval, once you've like noticed the technique, there's like a certain, it lasts for like 6 seconds. And then once she kind of gets the vibe of it, she says she would be able to just dodge it right before he activates it again. So it seems like once you figure it out, like you're pretty much good. Like he won't hit you with that.
Yeah.
Like once you figured it out, at least if you're on that level.
Yeah, I can pull that panel up again too and look at that one. But also like the way Yuki was able to get out was because like they were jumping him, you know? Like Toji would kind of be on his own trying to fight this guy.
I mean, that's the thing is like, I guess she gets out because he's jumping him. I mean, the thing is, even the cursed spirit, like her cursed spirit is able to move a little bit. Like it lifts itself up, I think, so she can grab it. So I feel like it. Also, the problem is like it's like 6 seconds, and you're just kind of pinned to the ground. Like unless he uses his domain, that's even relevant. I don't think that with Toji pinned to the ground for 6 seconds, like Kenjaku can really do anything that would kill him. Like I don't think Kenjaku has a move that's like I have Toji pinned for 6 seconds and now he's dead.
I was thinking Uzumaki.
Yeah, but like I mean, I don't think that Uzumaki is that powerful. Like I don't know if it's powerful enough to just like one-shot Toji.
It would scale above the like Rika laser that Yuta did in JJK 0. Well, if he like it said like if he had all of his if Geto had all of his cursed spirits, it would have been stronger than Yuta's Rika laser, I think. Well, actually, there's like a couple different ways you could interpret it because it just said he would have beaten Yuta if he didn't get rid of all his cursed spirits beforehand. So like maybe his Uzumaki would have been stronger, or like just in general he would have just been a stronger opponent.
Yeah, I don't even know if like with the laser, it's like Yuta's lasers, I'm pretty sure, don't like one-shot Ryu, do they? Like that guy, he had super high durability, so he like survived the laser, right?
Yeah. Like
the thing is, I'm pretty sure Maki / Toji probably have like about as good durability, so I don't think it would kill him.
Well, like, so you were asking like, did Ryu survive Yuta's laser beam?
Yeah, didn't he? I thought he got hit with it, but I can't remember.
Oh no, I don't think he actually got hit with it because they like clashed. Ryu got hit by his own laser beam, but I don't think like Yuta's ever hit him.
Oh, so he gets hit by his own laser.
Yeah,
but and I guess like I don't know what's like the limit on his laser of like apparently it's not powerful enough to kill himself. So it's like weaker than Sukuna, obviously, but like everything's weaker than Sukuna, so that's kind of a meaningless statement.
I mean, it one-shot Uro, and his lasers can like, he can charge them up to be stronger. So it's like kind of hard to tell how strong each one is. Oh, and someone in the chat said if Geto had all of his cursed spirits in the Uzumaki, then he would have beaten Yuta's Death Binding Vow Cursed Energy Love Beam. So yeah, I think that one was stronger than normal, his laser in JJK 0, but I mean, you have good points for Toji winning.
Yeah, I think it's like as I read the fight, because I read the fight like twice with the Choso versus like Choso and him versus Choso and Yuki versus him, sorry. And I was saying that basically, I think I kind of read it wrong because at first I thought she just like straight up blitzed Kenjaku and like just hit him. And I was going to make the argument that like Toji could just do that, but when he hits him, he kills him. But I reread it and like he kind of just gets caught off guard because she just blows up the cursed spirit and he freaks out. So that wouldn't happen against Toji. He wouldn't just like freak out. He would just be like, oh, this guy's really strong.
I want to pull that up, and I do want to pull up the thing you were talking about with like exactly how his curse technique works. I think we can open it up to everybody again to see if anyone had like things they wanted to say about what we were talking about.
Okay, first thing, Yuta's regular beams do not equal the love beam used in Volume 0. The Volume 0 love beam was amped by a binding vow, sacrificing his life. So yeah, he can't do that again unless he wants to die.
I don't know if there's a way to quantify that versus his normal beams though, because like Yuta should be stronger from back then.
I think we can quantify it. Okay, think about the binding vow. How much did Sukuna's binding vow amp his dismantle?
I mean, it just changed the target, like.
Yeah, but like it was such a massive leap from just cutting someone to deleting them. It's the strongest binding vow given by the strongest curse at the time that could logically beat. It was like the best thing at the point in time, but I don't think you can use that.
I think someone in the chat was saying like Kenjaku reacted to a blue from Gojo. Was that true? Did he actually do that?
nah, he was gonna die. Sukuna saved him. I don't know what that person talking about.
It might have been someone joking. I'm not sure, but it might. I was just asking in case it really happened. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't even. I wouldn't even entertain ideas like that because we already know that Kenjaku was scared of Sukuna and Gojo, and we knew damn well even Gojo is, like I said, even Gojo the kid was on a whole nother, like, reason he didn't go after Gojo this entire time because it just wasn't, it's not a comparable thing. Like, Kenjaku is one of those characters who's just like, he knows who he can and can't fight, and Sukuna and Gojo just so happen to be those two. And I was gonna say earlier too, does everybody agree? Because I tried to had an argument with this last time. Do y'all agree that Maki? Do y'all think that Maki, when she was fighting Sukuna, is a stronger version, is stronger than Toji? Or think that's exact? And you think she's the exact same strength as Toji?
No,
She's the exact same.
Yeah, I think they're the same.
I think she's like equal strength. She's like equal in stats.
No, I think she. Okay, so by that measure, this fight shouldn't even be happening because we know Kenjaku is not nowhere near close to the power that Sukuna is. No matter what form he's been in, we know he's not. You know he is losing every single battle against him. Right? Maki's keeping up and boxing with this same Sukuna, and Sukuna's glazing her shit for how strong she is in the fight. I think it was chapter like 250. I was looking at it 251 to like 253, and then what's funny is Yuji and what's his name is 1v2 in this man, and then Maki proceeds to come in multiple times in this fight and start boxing this dude. And even before that, she was doing that too earlier to a stronger version of him earlier too.
Well, I would say
Sukuna seems
Sukuna.
like I don't even know why we're even.
Well, I would say
That doesn't
like.
work.
Hold on 1 second. I would say like Sukuna wasn't glazing Maki's strength. He was more just glazing the fact that she like denied jujutsu sorcery because she's doing all this without any cursed energy. Like she was still pretty much fodder compared to Sukuna.
Yeah, that's the thing is like basically at no point in that whole thing would Sukuna have ever lost to anyone if he was actually trying. Like only like right at the end where he's literally like so nerfed he can't even stop Yuji from killing him anymore.
Nah,
Like the last like probably like 30 seconds of the fight or something.
I mean, there is a scene where he does blitz Maki too.
The issue with that is though.
Sorry, go ahead, Ryu.
He tried.
Yeah, hold on, my fault. It's a lot of stuff going on. So the issue with that is that Kenjaku, I don't feel like would have did nowhere near close to what Yuta and the others did to Sukuna in any type of form.
I do. A full power Kenjaku could.
The 1v1 incursion, I don't think he would have even survived long enough. Considering he got his head chopped off by Yuta.
He got snuck and got hit by Todo with a 100% win rate.
Oh, Bear, it's hard to hear you, bro. What did you say?
I'm saying that he was nerfed. It wasn't before he had the black rocket.
Oh, the audio's not coming through on my end. Oh, dang, you just
Yeah. There's one
Got
thing.
nerfed by black flashes.
I think he was saying he got nerfed by black flashes.
Yeah, he was nerfed by black flashes, but he was still relative with everyone there. So the scaling still kind of worked.
Even if you wanted to say he was nerfed, you can use that statement as much as you want to. He's nerfed and still boxing everybody in the series for almost 100 chat. Like, come on now.
Oh well, yeah, no. I mean, Sukuna's way strong.
Kenjaku is not mentioned.
Well, yeah, Sukuna, he scales above. Like the only one who's even close to Sukuna is Gojo. Like those two are like in their own tier. But
Yeah, I mean, by the way, I wanted to bring this up because I think I've heard some people while I was reading this. I've seen some people try to claim that like Kenjaku and Tengen would actually have stronger like barrier techniques than Gojo and Sukuna. But at least in the TCB, like I don't know what the official translation, in the TCB, Tengen says like Kenjaku is one of the few people, like very few people, that can match Tengen in barrier techniques, but it's like not zero. So almost certainly Sukuna is actually just better than Tengen at barrier techniques. I just wanted to like bring that up.
Yeah, You can't really say that because Tengen is number one. Tengen is confirmed number one. Kenjaku is one of them. You can't say.
I mean, you can say. You can say confirmed number one, but like Tengen says that there are very few people, but that doesn't mean like 2, and it doesn't mean 0. Like it doesn't mean it's just them and Kenjaku, because they say it implies like just by the statement that there's other people, and if it isn't Sukuna, then it's like nobody.
I know he's hanging with them, but I'm not saying he's better than them.
Wait, real quick. I wanted to say something to Ryu's point, because he was saying like he doesn't think Kenjaku would be able to do what Maki did in the fight. I actually think he could do better. It like a full power Kenjaku, I think could do better, because like think about all of the cursed spirits that were in the Culling games. They all, like almost all of them, were from Kenjaku. So like, imagine like if he was in the battle, he released all of those cursed spirits, one of them being Kuro, someone who could like hold his own with Yuta for a while. And he's using his open barrier domain. Like he could definitely do impressive stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Yeah, we can hear you. I'm gonna be real with you though. So even then, right? You got Sukuna boxing Yuji's bodies, boxing like a Maharaga casually, right? And we know none of those cursed spirits even matches to Maharaga. We know he's on a completely different level than every single cursed spirit. Maybe even Rika.
Who did you say scales to Maharaga? Who? Because I don't know if any of them scaled to Maharaga.
Like,
there's a way to counter.
No. I didn't say they killed him. I said Sukuna. I said Sukuna, right? I said Sukuna in Yuji's body was boxing that Maharaga and beat him, right? And I know none of those cursed spirits are on the level of Maharaga. It's not even close. Maharaga is on a complete, because this is the same Maharaga who was killing 6 eyes users that had the 6 eyes and the infinity decades ago. You get what I'm saying? Multiple times over, right? So with that being said, right now Maki's fighting a Sukuna that's on a different level than that Sukuna completely.
I mean, even that
curse technique, right, that allows him to be on a different level.
Even that's debatable though, because like that Sukuna was massively nerfed. He might have actually been weaker than like 15 finger Yuji Kuna.
I wanted I was trying to say something. I think with the Kenjaku thing, like the whole like full power Kenjaku, is that like I'm pretty sure all those curses that he released weren't like curse spirit manipulation curses. Like I don't know what he says, something about he made like contracts with them to I guess get them to come into the future with him.
Well, I know he was saying that
so
he said that for the incarnated sorcerer.
I think they would all just run away from Sukuna. Like I don't think they have to do anything he says.
I don't know, because like isn't he controlling them?
They were not contracted. Bro.
What someone was saying, was that Bear?
I was just saying, like it's me, Bear Bros.
Oh, okay, what were you saying?
I wanted to talk about, y'all remember that one scene where Maki was telling, like, her car, after Yuki got killed, they were saying, like, they can't beat Kenjaku in conventional means, and that even, like, includes Maki herself. So, so I think, like, narratively, if we're all saying she's equal to Toji, then that means, like, in a straight-up fight, I mean, including experience in terms of physicals, like they can't really, brute strength isn't going to really be anything to beat Kenjaku. It's just by running up on them. Like, they would need prep time to do it. And the other thing I was saying, that isn't there a statement that, like, Kenjaku, in terms of hand-to-hand combat, is equal to Gojo or something like that?
I got to answer all those.
He's equal to Geto.
When it comes to skill, he is equal, but that does not mean anything. He doesn't have the stats.
Yeah, I think.
Wait, hold on.
Here's a point I forgot to make when I was saying my thing, is that I think that fight with Yuki is a lot closer than people give it credit for, because the whole reason she was like so screwed for most of the fight was because she relied on Tengen's plan, which just didn't work and almost got her killed. Whereas Kenjaku actually says, he's like, if you used your own barrier, like it probably would have went a little better for you. So I'm not saying she would have won, but she wouldn't have gotten like so owned by his domain. Like her domain wouldn't have just instantly collapsed. Like it would have at least lasted longer than the simple domain, which probably lasted like 2 seconds.
Well, to be honest, I think the same thing would have happened though, because he had an open barrier domain and she had a closed. So like the same thing that happened with Gojo versus Sukuna, her domain would have just broken immediately, and she.
But that's not true. That's not true, because the reason that Gojo's domain collapses is not because Sukuna has an open barrier domain. It's because his domain can target inanimate objects, so it can attack his barrier. Kenjaku's domain doesn't have the same property. He would just need to outright.
Don't they what domains do? They explain that's what open domains do.
It's not. But the reason it attacks inanimate objects is not because it's an open domain. It's because there's a binding vow, so dismantle targets it.
So you're saying like
their barriers are weak on the outside anyway.
But if Kenjaku's domain doesn't have the same binding vow, it can't even target Yuki's domain.
But aren't barriers made out of cursed energy? Wouldn't it just hit it?
Yeah, they're weak on the outside. Even Yuji in the detention arc was able to break through it on the outside. For Mahito.
So what he's saying, y'all. So what he's saying, y'all, is
well, if barriers
he's literally getting cut.
Barriers are made out of cursed energy.
That's what's happening. Like you keep breaking through the domain.
I think it would target it.
Again, we've never seen this raw Kurt Yuji just hit it and it breaks. We've seen them physically hit it or cuts hitting it and then it breaks.
Bro.
Well, I mean, dismantle is just made of cursed energy.
Automatically.
They're made of cursed energy. They can be targeted. What is this?
That's a fair point.
I mean, that was a good point. I hadn't thought about
this relevant? Because it's not like Toji's deploying a domain. I feel like we should keep it at just
also,
Toji.
quick, I sent something in the chat regarding this statement. It's dead-ass stated that Jogo can hold his own in a fight. It said, will Jogo, Hanami, and Mahito be under cursed spirit manipulation control if he tries to do so? And it specifically says, if it's a one-on-one fight. It says fight right there. It says it would be a fight.
Yeah, but
to be honest,
he's not even strong.
To be honest, my man Jogo is cracked.
But no, I mean,
weak, so that's not a valid comparison to say that Jogo is like fodder, and the fact that Kenjaku is an anti-feed.
No, I mean, like if you
fodder, where's this coming from?
I think it's just like, I mean, I think
still like Yuji.
Mahito was about to murder Yuji. He was about to murder. If Kuna Kodo and Nobara hadn't clutched up, Mahito would have murdered Yuji.
True. He has that much attack power, but in speed, he's slow as balls, bro.
Okay,
wait,
but
hold up, guys. Hold up.
Relative to the Heian era, that Jogo is a strong character. Like, Kenjaku going band for band with him is not an anti-feed.
Wait, hold up, you guys, hold up. Because the whole statement... Hold up. So, like, the whole statement says, I think it'd be tough, tiring, bothersome if it were Jogo and Mahito. It doesn't say Jogo or Mahito. And it means both.
It says 1v1. Let's be
so
fair.
It 2v1.
It never said it made it 2v1. It said in a 1v1 fight. It specifically mentions he can only capture one of them if it's 1v1.
But the initial question... Hold on, bro. Hold on. Because the initial question is, if Kenjaku wanted to, could he take control of them using cursed spirit manipulation? The only thing that would be troublesome is taking control of them with cursed spirit manipulation. Like, you couldn't just straight up argue, like, he might just be able to...
Put this on the straight.
It says fight.
It'll be... It doesn't say the word fight. It just... It says...
Yes, it does.
It said he could if it's...
Even if it is a fight, even if it is a fight, 2v1ing Mahito and Jogo is not an
it never said 2v1. It never said 2v1. This is the actual version.
Looking at two different things.
Bro, stop arguing it and figure out what statements are arguing.
Well, yeah, I'm seeing that there's just two different... There's two different translations of it.
Three?
Yes.
From three different sources.
But I mean...
I'm right.
But hold on a second. Hold on. Like...
From what is in the chat right now, this says that it would be difficult for Jogo and Mahito, but not as if he's fighting them at the same time, but as in each individually would be difficult.
I still kind of stand by my thoughts though that it's crazy that like Choso could push him at all, because like I don't think that Choso is pushing anyone else.
Choso
in the
Kenjaku underestimated Choso a lot.
He had a smirk on his face.
Yeah, he was like toying with him.
Yeah, but here's the whole point: is that if you look at the fight, he made him use the gravity technique. He didn't want to give the information away that he had the gravity technique, but Choso actually put him in a position where he had to do it or he was going to take serious damage.
He did do that. He held back. He got caught because he held back. If he had gone all out from the start, he would have destroyed Choso.
I mean, here's the other thing. Hold up.
Yabu said he can amp his curse spirits with his curse energy too. So he could have easily just. He wasn't even using high level curses against him.
Hold up, guys. That's a good point. That's a good point. But I mean, the whole thing with the Choso fight, like if you analyze it closely, he beat Choso down, and Choso's like, dude, I couldn't even land a single attack on him. And like while Choso was like lying on the ground, Kenjaku was just like making fun of him. He could have just killed him right there, but he was just holding back a lot. So like Choso can't actually push Kenjaku really, even to use his second curse technique, unless he holds back massively. Like if Kenjaku's actually trying, Choso just dies without him like even hitting him. You can make an argument he might be able to beat Choso without using any curse techniques at all. Like that's something Kenjaku was saying. He's like, I'm only using my lowest level curses right now. Maybe I don't even need to use that though, because like you're kind of trash. So yeah, if he's actually trying, you can make an argument he might be able to beat Choso with no curse techniques. But he was just like holding back a lot.
Yeah, but I mean I think that it's like even there, it's like weird that it's even in question, because I'm sure that Yuta could beat Choso without using any curse techniques 10 out of 10 times.
Well, yeah, but
I mean,
yeah.
Really, no. I mean,
he's having trouble with my Drogo by himself. I don't see him on Toji's level. I just can't.
He's literally on Toji's level because he's on Maki's level.
But I wanna find that one panel Bear Bros was. Real quick, Bear Bros, do you remember the chapter number you said where it was like Maki said we can't beat Kenjaku by conventional means? Do you remember what chapter number that was?
It was like right after the Yuki fight, or in the volume 22, I think, with Hana on it. It was in that volume. I don't know the chapter particularly.
Okay, I'll look for it. But you guys can keep debating.
It was right after that fight when they heard she died.
Right when they heard Yuki died? Okay.
So can we go back to the Yuta destroys Choso without any curse techniques?
I mean,
where did
I found it? It's in chapter 211, Lilos.
Oh, 211? Okay. And then Dark World just sent me something too. I gotta.
If they just had a 1v1.
Even then, he just out IQs him and sneaks him.
Out IQ?
I don't think Toji's out IQing.
Wait. Hold on, wait. Time out. Hold on. Aku beat Yuki and Tengen and Choso, but she thinks Yuki is on par with Yuta. So for you to believe that, for you to go with that argument, you have to agree that Yuta and Yuki are relative. Which the only evidence for that is Maki.
But the crazy part about that is, the crazy part about that is, because I was gonna say the crazy part about that is you just have to be saying that you did when he was Sukuna all doing all that crazy shit that he was doing and basically carrying the entire team on his back. You have to say Yuki's doing the same exact thing. That seems not to be the case when she's losing to Kenjaku, who's way weaker than Sukuna.
You can argue I don't want to downplay Yuki to outplace Maki. You don't have to do that. I mean, she could do what he does do.
I think her durability is objectively like pretty bad though, because she got taken out by a mini Uzumaki like one hit.
Chat, is this?
Mini Uzumaki is not as powerful as the real one.
Hold on a second, you guys.
That's also not true, because what happened was.
Hold on a second, you guys. If any of you are looking at the stream, is this the panel you were talking about? I'm also looking at it on Viz, so maybe like the conventional mean things is like a different translation. Honestly, other translations tend to be better than Viz.
Different translation.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine.
A professional. with you. It was because she was off guard. The first Uzumaki hit her on the face. She blocked it there. Then she didn't have enough curse energy to shield her torso. That's why she got one shot. I'm not downplaying Yuki to outplace Maki.
Yeah, but Lilos. This is what I'm saying. I don't know who came up with that point. I think it was Ashura earlier that just said what he just said. But yeah, literally they're basing this off of Maki is saying. But you would have to say that Yuki is on the same level as Yuki, who was carrying the fight on his back the entire fight. Like literally popping domains out the ass, doing the craziest shit. This man Yuta was going crazy.
I mean,
so like
I think Yuki is.
Go ahead.
I wish we don't know what Yuki domain is anyway.
Well, here's what I want to say real quick. What I think.
This is a Maki.
Well, hold on, guys. What I think the win condition for Kenjaku would be is that if Toji tries fighting him a full power Kenjaku and he's using all of his cursed spirits, the cursed spirits hold off Toji for a bit. The moment Toji gets close, he just gets hit by the gravity, and then he just kills him with Uzumaki. I think that's how the fight would go.
Can I refute that for a second without being? So first of all of the cursed spirits can get one shot by the Soul Split Katana because it has durability negation. Geto brings out his most durable cursed spirit when he fights Toji in hidden inventory, and it instantly dies. Also, he can't use the Uzumaki and the anti-gravity system at the same time because they're two separate curse techniques. You can only use one at a time. It's like Sukuna can only use 10 shadows or shrine or domain.
Yeah, that's actually a good point with the can't use, because you actually can't use two techniques at the same time. That is actually a rule. You have to like switch.
Well, it doesn't matter. In my mind, it doesn't really matter that he can just one-shot the curses because there's going to be so many of them that he can't get close to Kenjaku.
But when he fights Dagon, he would
literally just jump on their heads or jump in the air.
Well, I mean, if you get attacked by a wall of cursed spirits, it's going to be at least a little bit of a struggle to get through. You're not just
really
get up.
So if you pay attention to what like Kenjaku said to you,
can I say something? Hold on, I got something better than Hardy, right? And all that to solve that. You keep saying it's a bunch of cursed spirits. Why does it matter when Maki, before she got to a point to Toji's level early in the series, when her and her sister was surrounded by thousands of cursed spirits, she wiped out every single one of them. Toji's done similar things as a kid. Why was she? What is the cursed spirits matter?
I was in add to that. I thought it was like a few hundred.
Add to that, when Kenjaku dies fighting Yuta, every single cursed spirit he has is released, and Yuta kills it in a matter of minutes. Every single one.
Well, no, that's
Yuta and Rika. It's Yuta and Rika.
He has like a it's because he can use positive RCT and just like he can just disintegrate the curses with it.
Why would he do that? But when he fights Kurorushi, him barely using RCT against Kurorushi and Ryu burns him out almost immediately, and he needs to go into Rika mode. So like he needs to activate Rika to get his stamina back. If he did that against all of the cursed spirits and he's constantly outputting RCT, how would he have been able to save the Rika stamina boost until after he gets chopped in half? Because he doesn't use it when he fights.
Well, no, it was Rika. I'm pretty sure it was Rika who took out the cursed spirits. I think it was Rika who took out the cursed spirits.
And Yuta got chopped up when he used RCT. He took a ton of damage.
I still am not sure how the Uzumaki like scales to Toji's durability to be able to just one shot him.
Honestly, we don't know.
Never mind.
Well, I don't know if it would one shot him, but I think eventually over time he would go down. Like he can just keep doing Uzumakis.
Yeah, but I think Toji with inverted Spear of Heaven. He has inverted Spear of Heaven. It does nothing.
Are we talking Shibuya Kenjaku or Culling Games Kenjaku? Is there a specific one or just the Kenjaku?
I'm saying Culling Games.
Culling Games.
Like Kenjaku at his strongest.
I feel like
I mean, it's actually debatable which one's stronger. Yeah, would Shibuya actually be stronger?
Because Shibuya has Kurorushi. So I feel like that'd be a significant amp.
Yeah. So
do you guys think Kenjaku uses curse manipulation different in Ghettos, or do you think they use it completely the same?
The same. There's no difference.
It's the same curse technique. Kenjaku
I think
better
he uses it more efficiently, but they like have the same basics.
Here's the thing, by the way.
Can I say something? I was gonna say. Let me say something cool about. Oh my bad. Do your thing.
Hold on. I was just gonna say real quick. So Professor Fiction said that, like, well, you know, she lowered her defenses, and that's why, because he caught her off guard. But that's not true, because what he says is, like, what Kenjaku realizes is that her durability isn't heightened the same way that her attack power is. So basically what he's saying is her durability is ass. So, like, he only can kill someone with mini Uzumaki who has ass durability.
That's not saying that her durability is ass. It's just saying that her durability doesn't scale to her output.
Yeah, but I mean, that just means her durability is ass.
I don't think
durability is like, it doesn't scale to her attack power, and her attack power is like, I blow Kenjaku's arm off with a punch.
Well, when your attack power is godlike, like you just described, blowing people's arms off,
but Kenjaku's durability is also ass.
That her durability is trash.
How are we scaling Kenjaku to be ass durability? Where are we getting this from?
We're scaling.
I don't know where you're getting that from.
I know. So where are you getting this from?
Why are we having this discussion?
Yeah, why are we talking about it?
Yeah, real quick. Let's get back. So here's the issue, right? So Yuta, Maki, and what was his name? The dude, the jackpot.
Hikari?
Was it Hikari? Hikari? No. Yeah. Was it Hikari? Okay. Yeah. So these three was the one that was the main big bad threats, right? Yuta, who's a prodigy among prodigies, a strong among the strong. I'm talking about blazed up the entire series to be like this insane Gojo level threat in the future, all this stuff, right? Maki, they saying Maki and Hikari are the three major threats with this man. They're on a similar level. These three are the main threes that I'm worried about. When I go, these are the main three that's going to be taking this nigga down. Period, point blank, no discussion, right? These are my main big hitters right here. The fact that Maki's a big hitter up there with Yuta and Hikari, the same Hikari who's boxing against the fucking old officer who's OP as hell. Forgot his name. And then you got Yuta, who's known to be a prodigy, right? Who's broken as hell, who just boxed three people at the same time, two people at the same time, solo, down there by himself, right? Right.
The three-way deadlock. That you can't use that, bro. It's a three-way deadlock.
It can be a three-way deadlock. He still won.
1v1v1.
He still boxed. And they did. Also, they did jump him at some point in that fight. But
at the same time, you can't use that. You can't.
That's a 1v1v1. It's a three-way.
They say I can't use all day, but they jumped him at some point in that fight, and he still was holding his own, right? He's boxing with some of the strongest characters, period, in theory, known to be a prodigy, up there, and they blazing him up the entire time. Maki's up there with him, right? And so, right? These are the three main big hitters, right? If you want to say that Yuki on that level, if you want to say Kenjaku's on that level, then that's what you have to be saying by adding Yuki in the conversation. Because Yuki, I don't think is even in the conversation. She's one of my favorite characters. I don't think she's in that conversation.
Two things can be true at the same level, but he's weaker than.
Can someone tell me Toji's win con? Like, what is his win con?
Chop him up. Block Kenjaku in half with the soul split katana.
Inverted Spear of Heaven also would disable Kenjaku's curse technique to control Geto's body. So it would also
Spear of Heaven, I've been trying to say this the whole time. Inverted Spear of Heaven kills Kenjaku in one shot.
Well, I mean,
I don't think it turns off his body.
Yeah, it doesn't kill him, but it basically makes him
ends the fight.
Inverted Spear of Heaven is just worse Soul Split Katana because it does essentially the same thing.
It's better because when it hit, Kenjaku needs to use a curse technique to control Geto's body. So if Inverted Spear of Heaven disables the technique, he just stops moving, like when Yuta fights Sukuna after the domain. Controller gets turned off.
Well, I feel like you can get the same result from Soul split katana. Like a direct hit, unless
Yes,
like
yes.
chops
Soul
something
split
on.
katana, if he flips him in half or he cuts off his head, would also be a one shot.
But either way, inverted spirit heaven can block all of the Uzumaki. Uzumaki gets tossed out the window, blocks it. The curses, we freeze them with inverted spirit heaven. The curses don't matter. Just inverted spirit heaven this guy.
Hey,
why are we talking about this?
Here,
bro?
one second, guys. One second. So something I wanted to say. I'm looking at this fight with Kenjaku versus Yuki. So one thing that they're saying, they say that his gravity curse technique, it lasts for 6 seconds, and in that interval he crushes everything with curse manipulation. So like it seems like he can use both at the same time.
No, what that statement is his anti-gravity goes on cooldown after he uses it. So he uses curse spirit manipulation to keep Choso and Garuda off of him. Because immediately after, Yuki says that won't work against her because she instantly deletes all the curse spirits.
The curses are literally
him before he activates his anti-grav technique.
But what I'm saying is like what I'm saying is if he like let's say that he's released some curses, right? And then Toji runs up on him. Can he just use gravity to pin him to the ground and the curse kills him while he's on the ground?
Yeah, I don't see Toji get around that gravity.
Gonna be able to kill
I mean,
inverted spirit heaven.
couldn't like Kenjaku just like
this is the thing.
Toji's head while his anti-gravity's activated?
Just
Also,
inverted spirit heaven.
I think
Why
it'd be Lilo's.
Yeah, this is, I think,
he uses the curses, but when he uses the anti-gravity system, it disables curse spirit manipulation. So they're either de-summoned or he can't control them.
Okay, my guys, are we serious? Just say inverted spirit heaven.
But I mean,
the fundamental
to work on anti-gravity.
question.
I mean, yeah. Does it like
The question here is about like, can he get in the range? Like, can he actually get to Kenjaku? Because if he gets to Kenjaku pretty much just dies.
The person
saying that inverted spirit heaven.
He had the chain that can spin off for infinity, and he's also faster.
Hold up, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Saying that inverted spear of heaven counters anti-gravity is like saying Toji with inverted spear of heaven just survives Sukuna's domain.
No, that's
actually like counter the attack.
They need to make contact with it in order for it to work.
But yeah, so he can't just disable anti-gravity.
Yeah, he'll get bodied by anti-gravity if he gets close.
well, so okay.
I think it's like.
I mean, I don't know, like with it. I don't know if he can like counter the entire effect of it. Like he might like let's say he like is hit by the anti-gravity, and he has inverted spear of heaven in his hand. Like I don't know if he can just chop all the gravity around him. It has so much range, you know. Like
it would probably turn off the technique for the inverted spear, but not for Toji himself.
Yeah, I can see something like that.
He would get weighed down, but the spear wouldn't.
it turns the technique off, period. It doesn't delete the technique when it contacts the sword. For example, let's say when blue or red would hit him, red would just disappear.
He never, in the manga,
that's not true. In the Sukuna's domain, and was fine.
Here's the thing. I got a good example for this. In the anime, when Gojo used red, the red didn't disappear. It stayed on the blade. It didn't disappear.
That's anime only.
In the manga, he doesn't even use the inverted spear. He just tanks the red. Because he zooms out to a wide panel.
Insane Gojo down scale that was.
But like another thing, like he couldn't, like he can still be blitzed, right? Like why didn't he just use inverted spear of heaven to counter purple if that's the case? You know, like he still got.
Because he's not that fancy. Gojo was blitzed.
I mean, he's not gonna. Here's the thing: is he's not gonna be blitzed because he's like as fast as
Heaven, not in his hands. Like he had it on the chain, so he's
Kenjaku does not scale to Gojo in speed.
Nope. Yeah.
To answer your question, the reason he didn't block the purple is because it was too fast. Gojo was just on a whole nother level. He just speed blitzed him. That's what happened. Like that's why when he hit him with the red, and then Toji looked up, and this is the same Toji that was out blitzing him when he was. Like, you know, when he was like, they had a whole week of fucking, he was tired and shit, right? And as soon as Gojo awakened, right, when he got hit with that red, Gojo just appeared in front of him, and that happened in like a nanosecond. Like he just got hit and he was dead. Like they just made it, appear like it took a long time, but he literally did it like within the second. He was gone, like it was over. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to think too. The same Kenjaku that we're talking about is the same Kenjaku that wasn't trying to box a teenage Gojo.
Speaking of blitzing, can I get everyone's interpretations on something real quick? Because I heard you guys talking about this earlier before I came into the channel. You guys were talking about in 243 when Yuta fights Kenjaku, and he kills him, right?
There's an
argument to be made that Yuta completely blitzes Kenjaku because when Kenjaku uses hold up. When Kenjaku uses the anti-gravity system, and he uses it where Yuta was before, because he got help from Todo, right? Takaba has turned off his curse technique because he released Kenjaku, and yet, despite the fact that he is where Yuta was, he's still not hit by the anti-gravity technique, meaning that Yuta kills Kenjaku before the technique even activates.
Yeah, because of Todo.
But regardless of Todo, if Takaba didn't get hit by the anti-grav system, he would have gotten hit by it regardless.
Put it like this,
Takaba
what are you arguing? I don't think I understand.
It doesn't matter. He would not. The fact that Todo had to intervene. If Todo had to intervene,
and here's the thing.
Yuta wasn't that fast enough.
Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, Yuta wasn't fast enough, so Todo had to intervene.
I don't think I fully understand what you're arguing.
So I can walk it through again. It's a little bit of a stretch, but this is why I wanted to run it by everybody else. So, in the initial position, when Yuta is swapped in the first time, Yuta is behind Kenjaku, and Takaba is in front of Kenjaku. So Kenjaku targets Yuta, and then Todo uses his curse technique again to switch Takaba and Yuta. So now Takaba should be the one getting hit by the anti-gravity system. But they show after Kenjaku gets behead that Takaba is not hit, which means that Yuta had to cut off his head before he could activate the technique. Otherwise, Takaba would have been hit by anti-gravity system.
I think oversight because we saw Kenjaku react to showing up.
You know
that would mean that
his hand is all the way out are not activated.
The fact that Todo had to intervene means that Yuta, who's sneak attacking him, by the way, Yuta sneak attacking him was not fast enough to blitz him.
Yeah, so here, 1 second, guys. This is actually something I wanted to talk about. I think it's debatable about how this scene actually goes down because, so Kenjaku's completely off guard, and then he notices Yuta about to slash him. He turns around, and then, in the last panel, Yuta's behind him again. It looks like as Kenjaku's reacting, Todo claps again, and then, Yuta is teleported behind him. Do you guys?
Because you see a clown
if you look at the panels later, he does have to use the technique again. He swaps the positions of Yuta and Takaba.
Yeah, so Todo uses it again, right? Kenjaku reacts to him, and then Todo switches him one more time, and now he's behind Kenjaku a second time, right? Is that what? Yeah. So I mean that alone, so here's something you can use for Kenjaku, right? You could say that his reaction speed is on par with Yuta's, maybe faster than Yuta. The fact that Todo intervened like that at all. And you could just argue Yuta's faster than Toji, and then you just have Kenjaku above Toji with that.
Faster than Yuta. Toji is not Yuta. He's the fastest heavy hitter by feet.
Well, we know that Maki is not on Yuta's level.
Reaction speed.
We know for a fact that hold on a second. It's literally stated that he's not on Yuta's level because there's a line of dialogue where Yuta wants to join the Gojo versus Sukuna fight, and Hikari's no, Gojo said we can only help if he gets weaker than me or you. That means they're both stronger than Maki. So
and Maki even said that Yuta was their trump card.
That doesn't mean just because you're stronger than someone doesn't mean you're faster than them. Maki has the.
Well,
I don't think that even means that they're stronger. Like, it could have just been that, like, Gege didn't want to make it all cluttered by mentioning, like, 3 people. Like, they only mention themselves because, like, they're right next to each other, talking to each other.
No, I think it's a clear statement meant to, like, show the power levels. I think it's
their curse techniques to make them
you can't be guessing like, between.
I think it's a clear statement meant to show their power levels.
I mean, it shows that they're, like...
Is Maki not a heavy hitter? Was that not stated?
Maki's the heavy hitter relative to both of.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's strong.
Just because you're relative to someone doesn't mean you're purely equal to that.
I mean, to be honest, like.
Hold on. Y'all wanted to say that
they just didn't include her in the statement. Like, Gojo apparently didn't include her in the statement.
Yes, and also, yep, and it. Yeah, but they also said she's a heavy hitter too. On top of that, and nobody's mentioned that. And on top of that, it could have just be that Hikari has a old technique that allows him to stay alive for a whole minute or something, and Yuta can literally copy techniques. That's probably what she meant by him being a trump card, is him popping his domain. It could be in a lot of things that, because these characters got OP abilities, have been.
Not
you know what I'm saying?
Yuta's just like depicted to be
any
stronger.
ability he wants to on the battlefield.
I mean, like, these are. Like,
that doesn't mean just he can. That doesn't mean he just physically overpowers Maki and stuff like that. Like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's just like, it's just the way I'd put it is like Maki is just not going to beat Yuta. If they fight, Yuta's just straight up going to win. That's also like it's also kind of implied by like the fact that she married him, because she has a line of dialogue like she's like. They ask her, like, what kind of guy she likes. She's like, well, he needs to be stronger than me at the very least. So the fact that, like, they end up as a couple is, like, more proof that Yuta's just above her.
Let's say he is
Do you think that's... Do you think that he need a technique that's broken?
Wait, what did you say?
I said, do you think that's a speed and a physical feat, or do you think it's because of his curse technique that is insane?
Overall strength, I think Yuta is stronger, but as Ryu is saying, physical, there's no proof that he is.
Yeah, there's actually
no
like
proof that he's physically.
There's kind of like evidence against it, in the sense that like there's the part in the fight where Sukuna says that after the training their speed didn't really increase.
Well, even that's debatable. Yeah. Even that's debatable, because he just like he says like your reinforcement got better, let's test your speed, and then he just beats them in a foot race. Just because Sukuna beats them in a foot race doesn't mean they didn't get faster, right? Like, they could be faster and still slower than Sukuna. Unless there's one second. Unless there's a line of dialogue where it word for word says, "Oh, my bad, you guys didn't get faster." I might have missed that. So let me look and see.
Yeah, I also know there's a scene where Maki, like, where Sukuna grabs her sword, and she just completely chucks this dude, like, into a goddamn, into the little highway on the sidelines, like, casually. Like, she just casually moves her arm, and he just gets thrown into, like, he's on the tip of her sword, too, by the way.
So
she has the physical power to just chuck him around. And you see Yuta, by the way, I just want everybody to know, Yuta in them is throwing full power punches at Sukuna, and it's standing in the same. Maki launches at him and hits this, blasting him back the entire time, by the way. And it's been like this like for forever. Like, so it's not like a new thing for Maki. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's constantly keep doing this to him.
Just real quick, guys. So
they actually go into hand-to-hand combat, actually.
Hold on a second.
Also, this is a way weaker Sukuna we're talking about.
Hold on, you guys, just real quick. So, like, my understanding of the argument so far, it's like Toji's win condition. He needs to land inverted spear of heaven. That should like deactivate Kenjaku's technique, and then he's just like a brain, right? He's just like.
Yeah.
So that's his win condition, and that's his win condition, and then Kenjaku's win condition would just be like hit him with anti-gravity and like whittle him down with curses until he dies. Like,
it's stamina. Mm-hmm. He has to win by a stamina.
I don't think that if the anti-gravity only lasts 6 seconds, then he's gonna have to kill him in like 6 seconds. Because once Toji gets up,
he just
like Yuki said,
once you 6 seconds.
I think.
No, listen. Once he gets up.
Oh, sorry. You can go.
I was saying that once he gets up, Yuki says that, like, now that she saw it, she's not going to fall for it. So if he's, like, anywhere close to her in, like, reaction time, which he should be because he has, like, precognition, like, well, I mean, he's not going to get hit by it again.
Well, some,
he catches
like...
him off once, and then Kenjaku's able to do decent... If he's able to do decent damage, then that's going to be a nerf for the rest of the fight.
Well, Kuro, like,
I mean, sure,
one thing...
Got some regen, but it's not going to be great.
Real quick, Kuro can kill Toji. Kuro can. Like, if Kuro hits him with the, the parasites that, like, eat people from the inside... so let's say, like, that's one way that Kenjaku can just win, like, pretty fast. Like, if he summons Kuro, and then Toji just blitzes at him, he uses his anti-gravity, and then Kuro just, like, hits him one time, they just win.
But he can't.
Toji doesn't necessarily...
Well, can't he just release Kurorushi? Like, we already saw that he can release cursed spirits.
Yeah, he can just release him.
If he does that, Kurorushi might attack him instead.
Slaughter Kurorushi. Do y'all think that Kurorushi... Do y'all think the... Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think Kurorushi's gonna attack the guy who's already beaten and absorbed him. He's probably gonna go for Toji, who has no cursed energy, and to Kurorushi, his weakling. He's gonna be like, yummy human.
The other thing is that if Toji's in the anti-gravity system, how is Kurorushi gonna get him? He has to run directly into the anti-gravity that Toji is also stuck in.
I mean, here's
true.
Here's something I was thinking about that's kind of like a problem, is like if you look at the fight with Toji and Gojo, the whole thing is like Gojo can barely keep track of Toji and Toji's trying to sneak him. So if he fights like that, I think he's going to have like a way harder time Kenjaku is. Because he has to actually know where Toji is.
That's a great point, because if Gojo, with the 6 eyes, I understand he's exhausted, can't keep track of him amongst flyhead curses, if Kenjaku tries to swarm him with curses, he's not going to be able to see Toji anymore. He's going to disappear.
That's what can't he, like, to have his curses keep track of him for him? Like, he'll be like,
he doesn't.
These curses and this
the curses are separate from him, so it's separate. Because we know that Rika and Yuta share vision. He does not share sentiment.
Well, they're sending messages. Because doesn't he have a bunch of curses, like, in the... at one point, he had a bunch of curses out that were, like, they can...
No, he said he was keeping an eye on the... Just in case somebody was coming after him when he was fighting Hanazuki.
Yeah, I think he also did it when he was... Geto did it when he was a teen. So he can, like, sense where people are. He doesn't actually share the vision.
No,
but, like, if a curse gets killed, he will know it. So he'll be able to be like, oh, Toji's in
but Toji can just not kill him.
Toji can just not kill them. He knows about the technique. He knows everything about the technique before from fighting Geto. So he has IQ knowledge on it.
I mean, that too. It's knowing stuff about cursed spirit manipulation isn't really a buff, because cursed spirit manipulation strength is that it's a bunch of curses. You don't know what you're gonna get. It's like he knows for the lottery. It's just gonna be random.
So the
but he knows if he kills.
Even if you wanted to say that, he did kill like the little dragon that he had, just also casual, one of the strongest spirits. So for that note, right, he just casually killed it, not knowing anything about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, so now he actually knows. Like,
one second, you guys. 1 second. Hold up. One second. Everybody, hold up. Wait, hold up. One thing you guys were saying is that, like, he wouldn't be able to keep track of Toji. I would just say the fact that he's reacting to Yuta means that he would.
Yuta and
Gojo couldn't keep track of
an insane
Gojo does though.
He can react to him. He has cursed energy.
So hold on a second.
He doesn't have cursed energy.
Hold up. So like, if you analyze when Awake and Gojo fought Toji, he's just like actually kind of blitzing him.
Yeah, but that's not the problem. The problem is that he couldn't see him even with the 6 eyes. Like, do you think that exhausted Gojo has like worse perception than Kenjaku?
Yes.
Maybe.
I want to say something real quick.
That's a crazy
Gojo,
well, maybe worse reaction.
Grade 1 and he's exhausted. He's exhausted.
Gojo said that he wasn't relying on 6 eyes or any of that stuff. He had to rely on his instincts to find Toji.
I mean, and the thing is, he still literally reacts to him anyway.
The 6 eyes didn't work. They couldn't find out.
Well, hold on.
The 6 eyes don't work on Toji because he has no cursed energy. The
only he wasn't focused on Toji. He was focused on Toji's cursed spirit.
Hold on a second, you guys, because
wait, y'all. Hold on, yo.
Because he literally does.
Yo, his thick eye.
He literally does react to Gojo. He literally does react to Gojo there. So, like, I don't understand why it's a point, because he literally does react to Toji though. Like, Toji tries to blitz him and he just gets sent flying.
He does react to Toji, but that's regardless. That's besides the point.
Just because it's tough to do doesn't.
The whole point of Kenjaku has this whole thing with the 6 eyes users, and
he doesn't avoid them.
I mean, we literally see that Gojo gets like low diffed. Gojo gets destroyed by Toji, and I don't care what you say. Like, the difference between like Kenjaku and Toji isn't like a low diff difference.
It's not low diff.
Kenjaku should be able to beat Gojo.
So here's the issue. He doesn't avoid him. He made him stay. Let me finish.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
He killed the baby from that point, and he knew he was a problem. That's why he had to make like a 20-year thousand. That's why he had to make like a fucking 30-year plan for this dude in the fucking first place, because it's a problem. He's not beating him.
Targeting the 6 eyes users though, because he realized first time he tried to kill the 6 eyes users because they're connected to the star plasma vessel and connected to Tengen. So when he realized that, because if he really wanted to, he could just kill them in the crib. Nobody could stop him. The only people who could stop him were Toji and Yuki, and they can't stop him. Maybe where I'm
wasn't Gojo's birth hidden? Wasn't his birth hidden?
I don't know. It's hidden. I don't think so.
No, because they had him walking around when he was a little kid.
Yeah, and assassins.
He was walking around and everybody. No. Okay, so no. Don't use that little kid shit, because that little kid is the same little kid who saw Toji behind him, and it's been stated that Toji has never ever in his entire life, for all him being one of the strongest.
What the fuck is that little kid gonna do against Kenjaku?
But then they said the whole world
Gojo meets Kenjaku.
Hold on, let me finish. And that's
wait, guys. I'm not like the debate's so wait, hold on. The debate's just kind of gone off topic now, because this has nothing at all to do with Kenjaku versus Toji. So like, you're doing that over and over. Like hit him with.
If he doesn't get hit by it, that's the whole thing. Is that what Yuki says in the fight is that once she saw it, she can now dodge it like effectively. Like she'd be able to. So if he doesn't die on the first use of it, then Toji is just gonna dodge it every other time he tries to use it until he gets in there and kills it.
That she can avoid Kenjaku's curses. Could probably try to use his curses to better use it.
I mean, here's the thing, dude. It's like you're saying this like it's a hypothetical situation of like how would he ever get in there? Well, like Yuki gets in there. And like actually blows his arm up and stuff. So basically, if Yuki can get in there, he can get in there too.
Well, I mean, Yuki's not doing that.
Are you saying? Hold up.
Yuki's not doing that on her own.
No, that's a 1v1.
I was from surprise. Kenjaku just.
Yes. Let me give my explanation. Right.
All right.
He pops flat hits, distracts him. What is Kenjaku gonna do? Kenjaku cannot sense him. He will have
Kenjaku.
Even fodder curses, he has to absorb them seemingly one at a time.
And he could just have a curse that counters all of that.
Kill all of them, though.
Yeah, he could just. I mean, if he just uses anti-gravity, they're all cooked. If he just uses gravity, all the fly heads just hit the floor. So
I got a question real quick. Do y'all think the gravity is on enough to hold Toji down?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, if Toji has curse resistance that can let him tank red without inverted spear of heaven like he does in the manga, it legitimately might not hold him down.
I honestly think in speed, like I think it would be like that.
If he couldn't move at anime speed, 2 to 3 meters, he's gonna make it.
Yeah, like Kenjaku is probably gonna get away. He's probably not gonna just stand there.
Wait, why don't any of you believe inverted spear of heaven? Just by touching the curse technique would turn it off. That's exactly what
it was. For the inverted spear of heaven, but not for Toji. The spear doesn't get weighed down, but Toji does.
No, that's not what it says. It turns off the curse technique when it makes contact.
Yeah, the spear
I've made this comparison twice before. If Toji walked into Malevolent Shrine, and the inverted spear of heaven would not protect him.
Would not target the sword because the sword would not hit the Okay, the blades appear on Toji himself. It would not need to touch the blades.
Think about if Toji's in Sukuna's domain, right, and there's like thousands of slashes. If one of the slashes hits his blade, does it just turn the domain off? I don't know if it would.
Okay. Think about it like this.
Well, I think the difference.
Each active slash is an active use of the technique. Each active use of that slash will get turned off. But the slashes used actively on that technique, used on Toji himself, would be active. But since the gravity, if you want to gravity,
right,
it will turn off.
In the manga,
okay, so
hold on. Can I read what it says in the manga?
Go ahead.
In the manga, it says its effect: forced stoppage of a cursed technique. So, if you just take that verbatim, the second the sphere gets hit by the anti-gravity system, the entire thing is turned off, and Toji just plows right through it and hits Kenjaku.
Yeah, can I say, like,
hit Gojo?
Can I say, like, the difference here between the barrier thing and the, like the difference with the barrier thing
doesn't matter.
is
What
that
matters is that it says it turns it off. It literally says stoppage of cursed technique.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying is that, like, when he's making the argument that, well, the inverted spear of heaven wouldn't just shut down Sukuna's barrier. What I'm saying is that, like, the barrier is a separate thing that, like, makes the technique itself spawn on you, whereas the gravity thing is just the technique itself. Like, Toji would have to stab the barrier somehow to shut it down.
Because it works the same as Hana. Because Hana's technique has to hit the back of the prison realm to shut it down. So for Toji to shut off a domain expansion, he needs to hit the actual domain itself, not the technique.
You see what I'm getting at? There's no logical reason why gravity.
Essentially, what you're saying is that if someone tried to, like, say, hit Toji with a cursed technique, but it also happened to hit inverted spear of heaven, then it would do no damage. It
would get shut off by the spear. That's literally what it says in the manga.
Force stoppage. It turns it off. It's no debate. It's stated
that's special. It would work on the inverted spear of heaven, but it wouldn't work on Toji.
Bro, I hate Kenjaku so much. He's such a feetless water character that I'm dead.
I wouldn't say he's feetless. He did, like, beat a special grade sorcerer.
Yeah, can I cook
killer?
He also, I mean, he also reacted to a black hole too. I mean, that is a pretty crazy feat.
Don't forget about the black rope either, by the way.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with it?
I mean, that is a feat.
Yeah,
like, he's definitely not
feetless.
feetless.
Black rope that's connected to the inverted spear.
Oh, that is a feat.
So, can I?
Since he clearly isn't faster than every single person in the verse.
Can I say, for the people who are on the pro Kenjaku side of this debate, if Toji's inverted spear does turn off the anti-gravity system, the whole thing, if it hits the spear, what is Kenjaku doing at that point?
Yeah, if it does turn off the spear, all he has left is just cursed manipulation. And Uzumaki.
And he can't.
We've already said that the cursed spirit manipulation is good for keeping him away, but that he can do the Yuki thing and just plow through them. So if he's already within the range of the anti-gravity system, the fight is already over if the anti-grav fails. So we acknowledge that if we're taking the manga statement of forced stoppage of cursed techniques, so that Toji's already within the 2 to 3 meter range, that Toji should just barrel through it and instantly turn off Kenjaku's control of Geto and win the fight.
I can see that.
Try to take the spear away from him too.
I think that's fair.
If he knows what his main doesn't work.
Shibuya Kenjaku or Culling Games Kenjaku?
How does it make a difference?
With Shibuya Kenjaku, I feel like he could have a chance with Kuroshi. I feel like he could do something with that.
I mean, the thing is, he's like, Kuroshi isn't. Kuroshi is not like a curse spirit manipulation curse. He's just a curse he made a contract with.
That's true.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure in the manga it stated like that he was released from curse spirit manipulation.
Regardless of if it was, it's gonna get. We already said that the inverted spear of heaven is either gonna release Kuroshi or he can take out Soul Split Katana, which one shot the dragon curse, whose main thing was that it was durable.
Yeah, but can't Kuroshi just resurrect? Am I forgetting?
But it
Yeah, he
takes
can, but-
time because Kuroshi basically has a womb that will resurrect, but it takes him basically the entire course of the Sendai fight for him to be able to actually resurrect. And it's not like on his person. He has to like hide the womb somewhere.
Oh, wait a minute.
What happens if the inverted spirit heaven just like stabs a cursed spirit? Does it just go away?
Presumably, it would release it from Kenjaku's control, but it would still be there.
So another thing I just wanted to say real quick.
That or just turn off its curse technique.
One thing I wanted to say real quick. There is actually, I don't know if this changes anything, but there's a line of dialogue where it says Kenjaku shares vision with all of his cursed spirits too. He sees what they see.
Okay, that would change shit.
Yeah, that does make it a lot harder. I think we already said this. We already said that.
Is where we're at. Toji can't sneak. It's just if Kenjaku can keep his distance, he wins via stamina. If he can't keep his distance, he gets hit by the inverted.
I will say I don't know if Kenjaku.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
The cursed spirits can trip up the chain.
What's the chain gonna do?
So the chain. So if you don't know about the chain, it's a chain that spans on for infinity. It can literally just keep growing longer and longer and longer. He can use it as the whip. That's what he was using towards Gojo in the first place when he was throwing it around, and that's what he was gonna do to Gojo before he ended up shooting the purple, but he couldn't. He didn't have time.
But the chain is a physical object, though, so it can be attacked by the curses, can't it?
Like, imagine if he tried that stuff with Kenjaku to try to close the difference, and then he just nabs, like, the inverted spirit of heaven or soul split katana, whatever he has.
Yeah, that would be too
Suddenly
risky.
The fight
if he
is
breaks the
lean
chain
in.
and he loses it, he's fucked.
Honestly,
you don't know how he's gonna nab it. Like, no, I don't think Kenjaku's physically. I don't think he's physically strong enough to take it.
Well, I
What about that
You have to break the chain.
Like, what about that curse technique that girl drowned in? Like, he could do something with that and use that to nullify Toji and get the spirit away from him. Or at least use only curse spirits to do it. Like I just don't see Toji, like, taking down 6,000 curse spirits.
Yeah, that is
all flooded.
that is another thing. Like, yeah, if he uses all of his cursed spirits at once, like, he's just, I don't know if Toji's actually beating them all.
I believe there's a statement.
He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna, like, slam them all out there.
I believe there's a statement after. I believe
You just said Monkey
after.
I took 1,000 curse afterwards. He
Actually,
said he was being
hold on.
selfish.
Hold on a second. I just thought of something. Isn't there a... Yeah, what you just said actually is a point. Didn't Yuta say something like Maki might have struggled with just the curses?
Yeah, there's a statement that's like by Toto at the end. It's like, it would have gotten messy at the very least.
It could have gotten messy, but she could have done it. That means Maki could solo the entire curses, all of them, after killing
And that doesn't even include Kuro, though. Like, that's not like full
If we had
power.
Kuro, then that's just insane.
Yeah, that's not full power Kenjaku with Kenjaku there himself too. Like, I mean,
I'm giving him heavily.
Is Kuroshi really making that big of a difference when he has like 8,000 curses or something like that?
Let's use the example of the statement that you gave where it's like, oh, it could have gotten messy. Imagine Toji's in that situation, but he had to fight Kenjaku for a while, so he's likely tired, at least a little bit, and now he's got to fight all those curses plus Kuroshi.
And you guys said it's Toto who says it, right?
He's not surviving that. He only has anti-gravity. So he, what is...
Wait, guys, I'm trying to find the chapter where they say that. Does anyone know what chapter it is?
I think they're talking about
late 240s, early 250s.
Like, they're chatting about what they could have done different.
And, like, who says it? Does Toto? It's not Toto who says it.
I think it was Toto. Toto says
it. Yuta says I was kind of being a bit selfish by going, Maki could have done what I did. Or something like that. Like, he could...
Well, I thought Toto said it would have gotten messy. It would have gotten messy with Maki.
Yeah, you know what feat I low-key want to scale? I want to scale that feat where I know it's probably not that crazy, but it probably is crazy. When he stomped on the ground and he proceeded to poke all the wood and kill all of those rabbits, like, damn near at the same time.
That's anime only.
Can
I say something? I want to ask if this is a valid win. So, what if Kenjaku is stalling with cursed spirits, and then that gives. Do you guys think that would be able to give him enough time to, like, let's say he gets on a flying curse and flies up and spawns a bunch of curses? Do you think that would give him enough time to be able to get a Uzumaki off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
he can get a Uzumaki off. I think he can get it off. I think it's just he can hit that man with it because Toji is fast as shit.
I mean, no, I'm saying that.
That water one he did like can hold Toji in place. Like
the water was a cursed spirit attacking some fodder character. It's like it's not gonna work on Toji.
It's not gonna tag him, bro.
Oh.
If you put it in,
you keep saying he can use all these abilities, but the issue is Toji getting hit. He is a fast. He's probably one of the fastest characters in the series behind Gojo and Sukuna. Literally,
Well,
like him and
getting stalled by curses.
They can
He's getting
corner
stalled by
Toji.
curses.
Uzumaki.
Uzumaki, he can't grab
Something else he can do, like let's say something else I just thought of. Let's say he's getting like there's just a wall of curses, and then Kuroshi just spawns out of nowhere and swings. If he lands, it's gonna do some insane damage because Toji's not gonna be able to detect like, oh, there's Kuroshi in this wall of curses. It's gonna be
Look up chapter 269 for the post-fight breakdown, by the way.
Okay, I'll look that up.
Yeah.
Toji has
So like again.
Well, precognition
but he's not gonna get
when there's a giant
Panel
wall
where
of curses.
Toto is sitting down
6,000
on
curses?
Uzumaki in Utah.
When there's
Thank you.
Precognition only
So
works when there's something
here's
to
the
sense. If everything is like there's a wall of curses, there's nothing you can do.
Okay, can I? Okay. You know why? You know why Geto and Kenjaku don't use that much curses when they're fighting all the time?
Why?
They take energy to manipulate and control them. He can't amp them. They're just basic curses now. They're not relative to Toji or Kenjaku at this point because he's using so much. It's the same reason.
The thing is,
why
they don't need to be relative. My point is that it's just difficult to fight when there's a bunch of curses on top of you.
Okay, so I just hold on a second, chat. I just found the statement Toto says like, it says like Rika's strength was necessary for stopping the cursed spirit manipulation from raging out of control.
I mean, I think that's pretty much saying. That's what I'm saying. Toji's not gonna be able to fight 6,000 cursed spirits coming towards him at the same time. Like he's not gonna do that.
Why does so here's the issue again. So I'm gonna say this now. Toji's probably wiping out 99% of those spirits with his chain and the inverted spirit.
Kenjaku releases all of his cursed spirits at the same time. And Toji now needs to fight, let's call it 8,000 cursed spirits at the same time. What is Kenjaku going to do to help the curses if he does not have... He can't use Uzumaki, he can't use any of that. He only has anti-gravity, so now for him to even help the curses, he needs a higher wall of curses so he can get right next to Toji and then hit Toji and all the curses around them with the anti-gravity.
Well, he doesn't. So, like, here's the thing with Kenjaku, right? Like, let's say he has 8,000 curses. He doesn't need to release all of them. He probably wouldn't either. But, like, if he releases even 1,000, he still can do a bunch of Uzumakis over and over and just, like, zone him out till he dies.
I'm reading Uzumaki back to back.
Because, like, a mini Uzumaki is kind of fearless.
How much does Uzumaki take? Is it like 1,000 cursed spirits per Uzumaki?
No, he can even do it with one. He can do it with
He
one.
can choose exactly how much goes into it. The first Uzumaki he used was just Mahito by himself. He can use any amount he wants.
Yeah, I just think, like, I honestly I think Kenjaku can just zone him out and win.
That's based off of the cursed spirit, cursed energy, isn't it? That's what the Uzumaki is.
And the more powerful curses you use, the stronger the Uzumaki gets.
But we saw even a small one-shot Yuki. And, like...
Is there anywhere that says mini Uzumaki was, like, weaker, or that it was just smaller?
We don't know.
I always interpreted it as it was Kenjaku figured out a way to make the Uzumaki small to concentrate its AP.
I think that's what he did.
I I disagree.
Well, and
I
also
think he's just using less cursed spirits.
Also, what are your guys' thoughts on like them just straight up saying like they needed Rika to handle the cursed spirits instead of Maki?
Do you have the panel up on the stream?
Yeah, it's on. It's up there right now.
Even Rika is stronger than Maki.
Well,
I don't. Hold on, wait.
It's because of like Rika using the reverse curse technique like to disintegrate them, right? She wouldn't have been able to stop it all.
Control doesn't mean they would lose. It means that the curses would spread all over the place, and then they would be more trouble.
It doesn't mean that
control them.
But
that still proves that Maki wouldn't be able to kill all of them in time.
Yeah, it doesn't say. Hold on.
But at no point.
Hold on. Stop.
It say Maki can't handle that she's gonna die. No. It says
it doesn't say any.
Yeah, I mean,
Maki's gonna have trouble with it.
But I get that. That's because they're just wild cursed spirits now. But if Kenjaku focuses all of them on an offensive front and they're coordinated thanks to Kenjaku, like it can take down Toji if Maki couldn't even do it.
Do that, bro. So here's the issue. You keep adding all these extra variables, my guy. But from what let's just focus on what we're reading, right? You keep adding all these extra variables, but it's just telling you that Rika's strength was necessary for killing the cursed spirit manipulation. Nobody else went out to go attack these cursed spirits but Rika.
Wait, why does that matter though?
That's just who they chose. They don't know if Maki could have killed them all. You generally don't know.
I mean, they had a month to plan the whole thing out. I think they would have all the possibility.
They're just assuming. No. They didn't. They're just assuming that that's the case, but they actually generally don't know.
They have the same amount of knowledge we do. That's how JJK fucks with the audience. Like, the characters make mistakes all the damn time.
Like, the main reason literally Maki saying that Yuta and basically saying that like, oh, Kenjaku's super strong because he killed Yuki, but she's basing it off them being on the same level on the chart. When we know there's levels to that, right? Gojo's a special grade, but we know Gojo's way above everybody else. Just because two people are special grade don't mean they're on the same level, right? That like we know that. So she's basing it off a chart. She's actually never seen Kenjaku fight before. She actually hasn't seen physically where her eyes how strong he is. You know what I'm saying? I
don't know.
Being on the chart.
I don't know if like so for example, Yuta and Hikari are relative, right? I don't think Hikari is gonna low diff Yuki. So I don't know.
I think everyone in the top 10 is relevant.
Like I don't think it's fair to like act like Yuki's a weakling because she's definitely not weak.
I'm not saying that she's a weakling, right? But like what y'all are saying, like what y'all gotta understand is right.
I mean, you could argue she is kind of relative to Yuta. You could argue.
Honestly, we're saying this as a
special grade doesn't mean you're on the same level.
I mean, I'm not saying they're equal, but I don't.
We can say they're at least relative to each other.
Yeah, they might be. And then we see that she still loses to.
There's arguments you can make for Yuki beat over Yuta.
What y'all are doing is you just keep saying there might be, and then you run with that argument by saying that they are. And then that's what I have to argue against the fact that I have to argue that they're relative to each other when y'all know there are different levels.
From what I've heard from everybody, the consensus seems to be that if the fight generally goes the way that we've seen Kenjaku fight, that he's going to lose to Toji. But that if Kenjaku does something that we've never seen him do, release thousands of cursed spirits we don't even know if he can do this, by the way. If he can release thousands of cursed spirits at the same time, maybe he'll beat Toji.
I mean,
I would say probably.
Before when he fought Hanazoki, the horde of cursed spirits.
But that's not thousands. That's not thousands.
I'm not saying he released thousands. I'm saying that Kenjaku can fight that way if he wants to. Where he just release hordes at you and then just bomb like he did Hanazoki. He literally just cursed that. Sucked up his eyeball right behind him.
Wait, hold on. Bear Bros, what chapter was that? Like, I forget. Who's Hanazoki? Was that the character he was, like, choking with that water curse spirit?
Hanazoki should be 239, shouldn't it be?
He's that dude that can make his teeth and eyeballs explode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did release
Chapter 239, he fights Hanazoki.
Yeah, so he actually has fought like that in the story. He does release, like, hordes of cursed spirits to fight people. He's done that.
I think, the best argument... He didn't need to do that.
I think honestly, like the best thing Kenjaku could do hypothetically is if he could get in a position where he knows he'll hit Toji, if he just used all the curse spirits in like one Uzumaki, it probably would be able to kill him because it's like so many.
No, bro, that wouldn't work. He'll get negged by inverted square.
But for the Uzumaki, he needs to catch him off guard.
Do you guys think that Toji can tank a Uzumaki?
I think we're kind of forgetting the existence of mini Uzumaki. Because, like,
that's the thing is that he needs to take Toji off guard. Because if Toji is on guard for the attack, he can use the inverted spear of heaven to block it.
Just because you're on guard,
or he can get out of the way.
Every attack.
He can do. He can do that with like
okay. So I think we can all agree that Toji and Kenny are at least somewhat relative. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Toji is not going to be able to block every single attack Kenny makes. So if he does like a mini
Wait, hold on, let him finish his.
It's not the same as being able to block like attacks that you have to like charge up. You see that in Gojo Sukuna.
Hold on, let Wise.
It's way easier for them to block big attacks because they know they're coming.
I think Wise has been trying to say a point for a while. He keeps getting cut off. What were you saying?
No, I've pretty much got all my points in. Like, takes a sec, but I get him.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Never mind.
I think it's just a Kenjaku needs to Toji, and then he just hits him with either a couple of mini Uzumakis or like one big Uzumaki. That's his
the thing is, I got a question. He gets all the other curses off. I don't even think he gets to summon that many before he dies.
Well, you want to say how long
can we pull up a manga panel where we see the Hazenoki fight?
So,
where he summons a bunch, like, how many curses was that?
Okay.
That's like a dozen. That's like a dozen.
Those are at least
and did he summon that dozen instantly? Because if he can summon a dozen instantly, then it's not going to take. It's going to take like 2 seconds before he's in the 100 ranges.
So in the panel,
when Maki was with her first, right? How many curse players was in that room?
I think like 100 or so. A couple hundred. I might be remembering wrong.
And she blitz all of them.
Blitz all of them.
I mean, so not only did, but what I'm just saying, hold on. What I was saying was, not only did she kill all of those spirits, she went to kill every single person in the clan and did not break a sweat. That is some insane stamina. Not only did she kill a bunch of spirits, we killed all of them. Like, she soloed all of them. And this is a Maki. Hold on. And this was a way weaker Maki than Toji at the point. This is like a good couple of chapters before they even got over to where she is now. Like, she didn't fully get realized into a full Toji at that point until she wrestled with old dude. And this was like way later on. So now I'm thinking in my head, right, if she's doing type of stamina feat, right, and she was already doing crazy stamina feats, but if she's doing that type of crazy stamina feats and she still was gonna get like blitzed or beat by Toji until she became like a full realized version of Toji, how crazy you think it is? I don't think 1,000 spirits gonna do shit to him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's gonna take out a couple of thousand spirits and just be just goddamn.
Well, no, hold on, Ryu. I disagree.
Okay,
hold on. Hold on, you guys. I mean, the thing you're not taking into account is like how strong are Kenjaku's spirits. Because
we don't know though.
Well, hold on. Like, from the ones we've seen, like especially with Kuro, it can do something to Toji, especially if there's like 1,000 of them. Because like I think people just underestimate Kuro specifically because he. Hold on.
It's also.
Hold on. Let me actually finish my point. Because here, sure, chill. Just let me finish my point. Like, Kuro on his own, it like put it like this: if he legitimately almost killed Yuta, just Kuro, not like. And now imagine Kuro plus like another 1,000 curses.
Massively holding back Yuta.
Still, that's somewhat relative to Toji. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Massively holding back Yuta is not beating.
Well, I didn't say beating. I said somewhat relative.
Toji, if
Yuta, he just
did. Stats is able to doesn't get instantly blitzed by Toji. That Kuroshi isn't either.
If massively holding back Yuta fought Toji, he would get cut in half.
To back up Lilo's point,
no, he has a sword as well. He can.
If I can bring the thing everyone was talking about with Maki and the cursed spirits. On the page, it says that they keep countless grade 2 and lower cursed spirits. So they're like none of these cursed spirits are doing literally anything. Like, it's not comparable to Kenjaku.
But again, like most of Kenjaku's are too and lower though.
But what I'm saying, like the only point I was trying to,
if I'm remembering correctly, Maki didn't even get that big of a buff. Like she unlocked precog and air jump, and that was it.
the only point I was trying to counter is like the idea that Toji's just going to effortlessly handle all like Kenjaku's entire curse supply. Like that's just I genuinely disagree with that because
I never said that. I never said
that. You said that a few times, man. You said you've said that a few times.
I'm gonna repeat what I said because I know we're.
You said they wouldn't do anything to him.
Probably handle a couple thousand, but that could be. I said he can handle a couple thousand. Y'all can rewind it and look at it back. I said he could probably handle a couple thousand and just be just fine. Considering they have insane amount of stamina, he has a blade that sit there through a bunch of cursed spirits. And also, y'all keep acting like this man has a bunch of stupidly amount of high grade spirits in there when it hasn't been shown it does. These cursed spirits that y'all keep speaking of, it's not normal. He's not busting up like high level fucking top 10 cursed all the time. But is it like he's not have thousands of those
to back that up, by the way. To back that up. Geto had one special grade curse.
I think.
I mean, Kenjaku pulled out a special grade thing. Pretty much anybody he's fought. He did it against Yuki. He did it against Takuba. Like he always, when he realized that he's not sure.
Yeah, he's displayed. I think.
Kenjaku, I think he clearly has.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
We've all heard what you're saying, man.
Thousands of special grade cursed spirits.
We're not saying that he's busting out thousands.
He don't even need. I wouldn't think he needs them.
Hold up.
Exactly.
We're not saying that he's busting out thousands.
What you just literally said is he does that with quite certain people. That's really.
Well, the idea is that
if he does that with quite certain people, that's
curses.
Cool. I mean, these thousands of curses that he's busting out is going to be yes.
2, 3.
Well, here
we know Kenjaku has at least 3 special grade curse spirits, which if we're saying that Kurorushi, if we're taking the argument that Kurorushi might be able to do something to Toji, all the special grades should probably be able to do something to Toji, right? So then,
especially with like 1,000 others,
all of the shitty ones to make a gap for those few good curse spirits and himself to kill Toji. By the way, it's also stated that when he fights Choso, he completely overwhelms him with only what he calls low-grade spirits. So they're probably also grade 2 and lower, but it's just because he can amp them that they are able to overwhelm a grade 1 with, like, no diff.
Yeah, so I here real quick, I just want to say, like, Ryu, to counter your point, the idea that 1,000 cursed spirits is going to be nothing to Toji, I genuinely disagree, because it's like yeah, what other people were just saying, like, imagine it's like his 3 special grades that he's shown, one of them being Kuro, and then 1,000 others just helping him out, and Kenjaku too. Kenjaku can use his cursed spirits to fly and like zone him with his Uzumakis from the sky while he's being jumped by 1,000 curses, one of them being like Kuro. Like that would do something. That's not an easy thing for Toji. Toji was getting tagged by just Dagon.
Why can't he just use? I got a question. Why can't he just use some of the curse spirits or shields or bounce off their body? Like he don't have fight IQ.
Yeah, he could just use the curses against him.
Geto does against Toji.
Wait, I'm just saying Toji's not like. I mean, Toji isn't like Gojo, bro. Like that's going to do something.
Yeah, but
so again, why can't he use some of the cursed spirits' bodies as shields, right? Why can't he use some of the cursed spirits' body shields or off their body? He has fight IQ. If he spawns in a cursed spirit that's about his size or bigger, right? He can just use the bigger as a shield for any attacks that the other one's throwing him, and then kill a few at the same time.
I mean, stuff.
Bounce around the map on top of that.
I mean, I'm saying stuff like that could, in theory.
What about that curse spirit that Yuji fell in with the mouth thing and the whole centipede?
Yeah, that'd be a good combo.
He can do that to Toji. And Toji, and like, Lilos, if you can find that chapter where he's explaining curse manipulation, he said that even if, like, for example, Toji figures out how to counter any of them, he could just swarm them with more, and he can't do nothing about it.
I've been looking through all of the different fights Kenjaku is in. So I looked at the Hazunoki fight again. Those cursed spirits, he doesn't summon them. They come running out of the woods at Hazunoki. I don't see a single thing here where he ever summons more than one cursed spirit at a time, unless it's like a bunch of the same cursed spirit being summoned. Like with the centipede stuff that he uses on Yuji. I don't think I've seen him summon multiple.
Well, think about what Geto did with the 1,000 demon parade. Like, didn't he just release 1,000?
Well, he had prep time for that, so he could have just sat there releasing them for a couple hours.
Here, I'll go back.
He did that. There's no way he did that. He did. Okay, no.
Yeah, no way. You don't know.
No, that's not.
You don't know either. You're just assuming that he sat there and prepped.
I'm saying that we don't know, so we can't assume that he has a feat based on something that you're saying he might be able to do. Versus, I'm genuinely asking if anyone has seen.
Yes, he has done it before. Yes, he has. In JJK 0, when he met Yuta to get out here alive, and he just had a whole bunch of curse spirits around him and said, well, they're gonna get hurt if they do that. He can't summon a whole bunch of them at the same time.
Let me see, JJK 0. Which chapter was it?
I think 3 or 4. I know it's not the first 2.
My follow-up to that would be that so you're saying that he would have to summon these all basically directly off the bat. You're saying that there's enough distance between them that he would be able to do it? Because I don't think that he's able to summon a ton of them at the same time, because he doesn't do that. Even when Yuki is pressing him and beating the ever loving crap out of him, he only is able to summon a few cursed spirits. So it might be just that he needs to charge it up to summon more.
He does summon a bunch. I'm looking at him right now. At the end of Shibuya, he summons a bunch just instantly. That's what holds off everybody.
Okay, so that answers my question.
Yeah, he does. He summons
he did it in 0 too. He did it in 0 too.
Yeah, I have it on screen right now.
I make sure that was a thing, because I was looking through the fights and I only saw that.
Elos, that's not from cursed spirit manipulation. Wait a second. That's not from cursed spirit manipulation. Those are the cursed spirits he made contracts with before he even entered Geto's body. That's not from cursed spirit manipulation.
Wait, are you looking?
This does not have anything to do with that.
Are you looking at the the stream? It looks like he's just straight up.
Can you go back a page, Lilo, so we can see the text?
What even was that thing he did anyway, where he I get that he apparently made contracts with all these spirits over 1,000 years or whatever, but where were they? Because he acts like he just opened the earth or something. They were just chilling in there.
It's really the same thing as the incarnated sorcerers, where they were set up to be summoned whenever the culling game started, and then they got activated.
So that's not his curse technique ability, bro.
An argument can be made that the way that they're summoned out of this little black goo is the same way that Geto summons the rainbow dragon and the whatever that lady curse spirit's name is in hidden inventory. It's the same aesthetic.
I don't agree, bro. That would be assuming he could summon all the sorcerers that he did the same way he summoned curses. It's the same thing he was doing.
Summon them. You place the cursed objects in them ahead of time.
I don't even think he made contracts with cursed spirits. That was just with sorcerers. I don't think
he didn't make contracts with them. That's what he said.
I don't see him saying he made them with the cursed spirit. He made them with the sorcerers, the incarnated sorcerers. That's where Ryu and Uro and even Kashimo, he's talking about them. And then all the culling games players.
These are all, I'm pretty sure there's some statement that these are curses he's encountered over the years.
Yeah, just adding them.
Over decades and millennia or something. I'm pretty sure Kuro is old. Isn't Kuro way older than Geto?
Uro?
Yeah, he just summoned a whole bunch of them with nowhere.
Yeah, no, I think all these I don't
think.
Yeah, I have my win con. I think the Toji loses through hordes and trickery from Kenjaku to manipulation. Uzumaki from above. I mean, I proved my point that he can summon hordes of them.
Yeah, I mean, he just
showed. The first technique.
I just showed you. He did it in 0. He did it in the Shibuya. He did it against summon more than out of the
Yeah, sure. Like on it. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Unless you can like tell me an exact manga panel in chapter number.
Hey,
where
hold up. I went to JJK0, and I'm seeing that he was able to summon a bunch of skeleton and like a weird giant eyeball curse at the same time. So maybe that's something.
Well, yeah, it's. Well, hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish this statement real quick. Hold up. You guys, hold on, bro. Maybe some of you guys need to go, bro, because you keep interrupting me. Straight up, like what I'm trying to say is, unless you can find an exact chapter number and page number where it word for word says like Kenjaku made a contract with these specific spirits, I'm gonna need to see that because I'm looking for it. It's not on this chapter. It doesn't say that he made a contract with the sorcerers, but I don't see anything about him making a contract with these spirits. So does anyone have a page for that?
I'm looking.
Let me take a look. I'll get back to you in a minute.
Yeah. I'm thinking there's too many people in this debate. It's getting too hard for people to make points. So, like, you guys got to chill out on the interrupting, or I might just close the stream. But yeah, from what I'm seeing, it does seem like this is 136. But from what I'm seeing, it does seem like he can just spawn a bunch of cursed spirits, and it seems like he's done it a few times in the series as well.
Do you think these are like? Do you think those are cursed spirits or something else? Because I see him use before that he used his idol transfiguration on the ground, and then these look like the idol transfiguration that Mahito makes. They don't even look like actual spirit. They look weird, like like humans. They look like human faces that got the idol transfiguration. I don't know.
Isn't that Sumiki? Yeah, Sumiki. Hey, real quick, I just got here. Lilos.
King Shadow.
You having the debate?
I lean towards Kenjaku winning just by like zoning Toji out over time. But
I don't disagree. Like I feel like Toji has no chance whatsoever.
But like I do think Toji can win if he can like get up close and hit him with inverted Spear of Heaven. I think that would work. But it's just like what's more likely to happen, like Kenjaku zoning him out and winning, or Toji like getting through a whole horde with all these really strong spirits and
with that, I would even have to like disagree because when it comes down to hand-to-hand combat, right? I don't think he summons them enough at the same time, bro.
Hey, Lucas.
I mean, we can use the anime. I mean, anime and manga. I would have to disagree because like Kenny is just a better version of Geto, right? And hand-to-hand combat-wise, we know that Geto and Gojo, they were like similar, and they got better after the fight with Toji when it comes down to hand-to-hand combat. Like, he's not just going to get slaughtered when it comes down to hand-in-hand. And then also, he has an open domain expansion, mini Uzumaki, probably more curse spirits than Kenjaku. I mean, than Geto. And then he has a curse spirit with a domain expansion, like the smallpox deity, or whatever you call it. So, yeah. Bro, I don't believe Geto is any at all relative to Gojo. Say it again?
Lilos.
I'm looking at the page right now.
On what chapter?
Hey, Lilos.
136.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right now, and it says, what I'm reading right here, maybe I have a different translation, but what I'm reading is, the cursed objects that I provided are what's left of sorcerers I painstakingly made vows with a millennium ago. However, I did not only enter into contracts with sorcerers.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
So
I do see that.
That seems to be implying that that's him making, I don't understand really how that works, but it seems to be implying that he also made contracts with cursed spirits.
Well, I mean, we see that he made contracts with normal humans as well. Like we see like Megami's sister and stuff.
So I was gonna say before that too. I was gonna say
he made a contract. He said, "Hold up, I don't think he made a contract with Megami's sister. He just fed her like a cursed object. He made contract with your Rozu, and then he was just like, "I'll resurrect you." There was no contract with Megami's sister.
Oh wait, do the cursed
Yeah,
object
why
things
is
not
right?
count as? Do those not count as
No.
contracts?
The
Because
contracts
like
are
it'd be
really
like if you just
sorcerers.
force-fed Yuji a finger. That's not a contract. That's just resurrecting Sukuna.
I think he's talking about when, like, you know how there's people that weren't fed anything, they just, like, became sorcerers all of a sudden, like Takaba.
I mean,
That's
awaken
idle
sorcerers?
transfiguration. That's idle transfiguration.
Yeah.
He used that to awaken people who had a cursed technique but didn't have a sorcerer's brain.
Yo, can I say something real quick too?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Like, I've been reading through this little part, and he says, and he talks about how he's been adjusted to their brains to make them like little Yujis, right? He talks about, he says, some have been burdened in slumber since exposed to my cursed energy for time of when they will awaken soon. Then he proceeds to use idle transfiguration on the ground, and then they come out. So I truly do think these are sorcerers. I don't even think these are cursed spirits. I think they're actual sorcerers that got idle transfiguration, and he's just using their body. And I think he said something like earlier. He said something like, they're like, he said you could think of it as releasing 1,000 malevolent Yuji Itadoris. So he's comparing them to Yuji Itadoris. I think these are actual. I don't even think these are cursed spirits.
No, I think that's like, I
have
think
an
you're
entirely
mixing.
different interpretation.
Yeah, no, I think that's
Isn't it
mixing
like
up two
he, like,
things.
ripped the bandage?
One other thing I didn't mention in the debate is like, let's say that he's like zoning Toji, right? Like he's hitting him with hordes and he's like on a cursed spirit flying, like trying to zone him with Uzumaki. Every time he does Uzumaki, he can use that cursed technique one time. So like he can just like have a like ever-changing arsenal of moves that he's using.
I think that I came in here thinking Toji was gonna win, but I think that the entire fight comes down to if Toji can get Kenjaku in the initial attack. Because otherwise, I think I agree with Lilos now. Because we see that Kenjaku can, like, if Kenjaku hops on a flying cursed spirit and like flies a couple hundred feet up in the air and watches all the other curses fight Toji, like, what's Toji doing in that scenario?
Also, I think it's likely I think it's likely that Kenjaku would know what the invert. I think it's likely that Kenjaku would know what the inverted spear of heaven is too, like knowing like with all of his knowledge on sorcery.
Kenjaku has full info on Toji.
Like he probably knows. Like if he sees that Toji has that, he's like, oh, I'm not gonna get hit by that. Like.
And another thing I want to say that would Toji kill Kenjaku, because that's the same reason he didn't kill Geto either, because he's like, well, if I kill you
scenario,
now,
I think that we're saying that they're fighting to the death.
Okay.
And to address that real quick, even if he didn't know what the inverted spirit of heaven was, right? He's not the type of person to just run into a battle without knowing who he's fighting, right? Like we seen that with Yuki, where he just sends out a special grade curse and we're just like, I'm gonna figure out your ability, so I'm gonna like let you fight the special grade curse, and then he figured it out. Although he did take damage unexpectedly without knowing her ability. Like Kenjaku is one of the smartest. Like I'll put it like this: he was smart enough to fool Gojo easily. Like that wasn't even like a competition for him. And then even when like Gojo was like, you still have to deal with Yuta, Kenjaku was just like, I don't see the problem here. Like he could, without knowing Yuta domain expansion, he was like, I'll take down Yuta easily. Of course, he didn't due to them having a strategy to beat him, but still, like, Kenjaku's number 3 in my opinion.
I think that it shows that he's extraordinarily cautious. If he was willing to sacrifice a special grade cursed spirit just to know what her technique did, that he's not gonna let anything he doesn't know what it does get anywhere near him.
Cautious is an understatement. This a person who killed a 6 eyes baby to prevent from being born. And like who made countless of experiments on different human beings, creating the self-hating wombs. I forgot their name. And
why were you guys saying that he has full information on Toji? Is that like a line somewhere?
It's not a line somewhere, but we know that
I remember hearing an interview, and it was essentially like, could Kenjaku have taken over Toji's body? And it was like, Kenjaku chose not to because he didn't know how his technique would interact with the heavenly restriction. So I think that implies that he knew about Toji and he knew how he worked.
No, he had Ghetto memories.
It's stated verbatim that
he does have Ghetto's memories.
And read the memories of Ghetto, so he knows everything that happened in their battle and everything. Because Ghetto also would have been told by Gojo what happened when they fought.
Oh, I never thought. That's actually a big advantage. So he would know about inverted spirit heaven and everything, right? Like, did
he should know about everything that he should know about inverted spirit of heaven, soul split katana, chain of 1,000 miles, and if you want to also give him the what is the 3-part thing that he used against Dagon, yeah, he would know about that too.
Wait, did he see? Okay. I mean, did Geto even see inverted spirit of heaven though? Like,
yeah, Toji whips it out at the very end, in order to deactivate. Like he uses.
He did see it. Oh yeah, he saw it. Yeah, he saw both.
He uses it to dispel the domain of one of the cursed spirits.
That's right. Oh, and that's something else I forgot. Like, some of his cursed spirits can just do domain expansions too.
Yeah, that is true.
I said that. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It's also interesting that the cursed spirit hits Toji with a domain, despite the fact that it's stated that Maki can't get hit by the domains.
Yeah, that might have just been a mistake by Gege.
Might just be able to override that.
I don't think
it's a retcon by Gege.
I don't think Gege knew what he wanted to do with Toji at the beginning of the series, because like he tried to attack Gojo with like inverted spirit of heaven with a chain when he has air hop later in the series. That makes no sense.
That's true. You could also say that Toji is just knows he's gonna win, so he just does it just for fun. So
maybe Toji's just stupid. Toji's an IQ downgrade. Kenjaku outsmarts.
IQ downscale.
I don't want to overrun what I do. He lost sight of himself. It specifically states heavenly restriction correlates to mental state. When you lose, Toji specifically said he lost sight of himself. Just like when Maki lost sight of herself and she couldn't use air off.
What do you mean?
He couldn't use it.
What is this in relation to?
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Remember,
that only applies to him fighting Awakened Gojo. It doesn't apply to him fighting Geto.
Yeah, with that, he said he lost sight of himself in the sense of. He said he lost sight of himself in the sense of like normal him would just run away from the fight because he's not getting paid to fight Gojo, but he wanted to test his power to fight Gojo. That's uncharacteristic.
And for Maki, it's not even that she's in the bad mental state. She just literally doesn't know how to use her her immense senses. Like, she doesn't know until Sumo teaches her how to do it.
Stated like the main reason why she wasn't seeing anything was specifically because she just was limiting herself. She was fine. She was satisfied. That's why she wasn't able to do it until she was unsatisfied. Then she unlocked it. I'm pretty sure she stated
that argument. Toji should have air hop against Gojo because Toji was satisfied with his life and he was just chilling. And then he was like, "Oh, I want to beat Gojo."
I think that's not the point. The point is that the air hop is the same principle as the domain, where Gege decides later in the story that he wants to give the heavenly restricted users that ability, and that Toji not using it doesn't mean that he doesn't have it. It just means that Gege didn't give him that ability yet.
Not only that, but why is no one talking about open domain expansion here? Like, I feel like that's like an instant
We talked about it earlier. The open domain expansion doesn't automatically target things without cursed energy. Sukuna has a blinding bow that makes his domain target them.
That's not true at all. Like, so with Sukuna, like, his cleave target only cursed energy, but dismantle target everything else. It's just a regular slash. With the domain, and also I would like to point out that, like, Kenjaku is more than capable of changing the conditions of his domain expansion, but his open domain expansion is just like putting more gravity on you, essentially, like making you more heavier. So I don't see why
it would still need to target cursed energy. Because like
every other domain needs to target cursed energy.
It won't work.
Here's why it's not true, right? Because even the ground itself, like, dips down.
But that's not the ground. That's the barrier. Tengen controls the barriers and Kenjaku controls the barriers. It's not the same as it hitting just like the ground if they were fighting like on the street.
I'm confused because
Tengen does that to try to let Yuki get away from Kenjaku, and it's also that the domain being dispelled. Oh, sorry, I remember it now. Those fall away not because of the domain, but because Tengen has to dispel his own barrier to dispel Kenjaku's domain, because Kenjaku uses Tengen's barrier as the outside of his own to keep Tengen from being able to dissolve his domain quickly.
Do any of you know the chapter where it says that they're immune to domain?
Yeah,
whenever they fought
Naira, yeah. Like, I don't know that.
I think that 190s, 180s, 190s.
Here's why, like, what you're saying defies all logic, in my opinion. Because, like, when you look at an open domain expansion, right, it takes away the limitation of, like, how many people can be inside a domain expansion. As in, like, when a domain expansion is closed, only a certain amount of people can be inside said domain. But, like, if it's open, like, there's more possibilities.
I think that you're focusing on the wrong thing, because the thing... We're focused on it being able to target things without cursed energy.
Yeah.
The only statement of any domain being able to target things without cursed energy is because of Sukuna's binding vow to change its targeting conditions. I think that you're absolutely correct that Kenjaku should be good enough that because he knows that Toji has no cursed energy, that he could change his sure hit condition.
Yeah, right.
In order to be able to hit him.
I think, because I don't think it was, like, stated at all that, like, Kenjaku domain expansion only targets those with cursed energy. But, like I said, like, if we can agree or disagree with that, it doesn't really matter. But like I said, like, yeah, he is more than capable of changing his condition in order to do so. Like, even when, like, everyone figured out, like, dang, like, they're changing the conditions, like, when the Sukuna squad, like, figured that out, they're like, dang, like, I didn't know you could do that. Kenjaku didn't react whatsoever. Like, it's just a common thing to him, possibly. And he has an open domain expansion, so his mastery of domain expansion, in my opinion, is probably even better than Gojo's at the beginning when he fought Sukuna.
Was Kenjaku
reiterate
watching the fight?
Oh, sorry.
Was Kenjaku
was not directly watching the fight. He only talked about it in the sense that he could sense the cursed energy, so he would just know when a domain goes off.
No, he was watching the fight on his phone. Like, you can see, like, when Gojo dies as well.
Oh, no, I got that thing pulled up, you're right. I'd also to give a caveat, by the way, that I do think that he might be able to change the barrier conditions, but I think that and I don't even know if this is true, I'm just saying it to play devil's advocate, but if Gojo couldn't change his barrier condition to remove the fact that people touching him would be immune from the domain, it might just depend on the domain who you're able to target.
Gojo also can do open domain expansion. There's also that, and we know that people who can do open domain expansion.
And that's fair. I was literally just saying it to be like, you could say this, but I agree with you. I think Kenjaku would be able to change the domain to hit Toji, and I think that's a really good point.
I think we're kind of getting into headcanon territory. Like, sure, we can definitely say that Kenjaku could do this. It's 100% within reason, but I think, like, we don't really understand where the limits of that would be. So, and I think he doesn't need that to beat Toji.
Yes,
you say headcanon, but I say what's understood doesn't need to be explained. Like, it's understandable. Like, we know for a fact that he has an open domain expansion. We know that does mean that you're at the pinnacle with domain expansion. Like, you're at the mastery of it, and we know that he can close it because Sukuna can do the exact same thing. Like, and we know that, like, Kenjaku is definitely special grade level, right? So it's just like this is like all like self-explanatory. Like, yeah, you can say it's headcanon, but I just say like it's just like common sense, right?
I don't think that's Wiseweep's point. I think the point is that you don't even need to go there, because from the rest of our conversation, I think that we've come to the conclusion that Kenjaku, if he can keep Toji off of him, which it seems like most of us agree that he can, he's going to win the fight because Toji will never get a chance to kill him. But we've all given the caveat that if Toji is able to close the distance, he is going to win. Well, so I think that's our answer here.
One thing I would say, I think overall, I do think it's just more likely that Kenjaku would win because he has all the information from Geto. Like, I'm looking at the Geto fight right now. He does see both of his weapons. He sees Inverted Spear of Heaven and he sees Soul Split Katana. He sees them both. He knows that Toji has Heavenly Restriction. He knows that he stores all of his weapons in that one cursed spirit. So he would probably like have plans to defeat him anyway.
Not only that, but like he also knows what cursed spirits will and wouldn't work. Like he also knows that because Geto uses cursed spirits that like didn't work, right? Like he's not gonna like do the exact same domain expansion that Geto had used on Toji and like use it. Like he knows that that's not gonna work, so he can plan properly this time. And he's way stronger too.
Yeah.
I don't believe Asura 101, you haven't like talked much lately. Do you still think, I think you were the one saying that Toji beats Kenjaku. Do you have anything to say?
Look in the chat, because it specifically said but all those binding vows became null. He says, the curse object that I provided are left of the sorcerers who I painstakingly made binding vows a millennia ago. However, I did not only enter contracts with sorcerers, this is the main thing, but those vows became null when I obtained his body. Right after that, Yuki says, no way, and then immediately all the curses popped out. Immediately after he says those binding vows are null and void, those vows don't exist anymore, the curses popped out. But to me, that's a deep implication that it was the binding vows, not the curse technique itself.
But like, I mean,
I don't think any argument can be made.
Oh no, guys, real quick. One thing that we're forgetting here, like we've been saying this the entire time. We should forgot. Kenjaku can use the ability of like the person that he used, like the person that he possessed previously. So anti-gravity is like a mom technique, and then including like the manipulation.
We've already kind of established that anti-gravity wouldn't really work because of how inverted Spear of Heaven works.
Okay.
I think we've kind of come to that conclusion.
It's entirely just does he. So I think what Asura is trying to say is that he's debating whether or not Kenjaku can summon enough cursed spirits in order to make distance between him and Toji. So I think talk about that.
I've got a panel from JJK0 that shows him summoning.
Can you just put that in the chat?
2 curses. I'm sending it in chat. It shows him summoning the big curse and like a bunch of skeletons, so he can at least summon 2 at a time, at the very least.
Yeah. I mean, he summons hordes a bunch. It seems.
In my opinion,
and I think there's.
We know he can summon multiple. I don't think there's an upper limit to it.
I don't think there was stated a limit for it either.
Yeah.
Wait. Put it like this. Okay, we cannot say he can summon more than 2 because that would be headcanon then. He can summon 2 types of curses at the same time.
Now we're at the point we went through and we already looked through, so we don't see him summon. I think that between that and the Ghetto's fight in Hidden Inventory, 2 is the most that we see him summon, unless we're counting Kenjaku summoning all of those in Shibuya. Whether or not we're counting them as him summoning them, or we think that it's the vows.
I think he's just summoning them.
Got posted by Bear Bros, by the way. That doesn't look like him summoning them. That looks like those cursed spirits were already there and they came running out of the woods.
Even if we don't count the I don't remember his name, the blow up teeth guy, and the Shibuya summoning.
Yeah.
I think we can still Kenjaku can summon multiple of the same kind of curse. He could at least summon a ton of those low grade curses while he prepares to summon a bunch of higher grade curses.
I don't think that works though, because we see that Toji, with a weaker weapon in Playful Cloud, is able to cut through Dagon Shikigami as if they were air, like inside his domain expansion.
Thousands of them were in the domain expansion too.
Actually, I want to bring up something that I was thinking about, trying to get an opportunity. How do we think that Ganesha is going to interact with Toji? Because it's supposed to be able to remove all obstacles, and it easily deals with, like, if Ganesha works on Toji, I think that he might just be done.
Oh yeah.
If he takes out Inverted Sphere Heaven fast enough, he wins. Inverted Sphere against Ganesha. I don't think it really matters that much, because Inverted Sphere Heaven exists.
Ganesha can.
But what is he gonna hit? Is he gonna hit himself?
If he tries it, he could. He probably could do that.
That's also another thing I want to know. Like, if someone shoots at Toji, like, can he just block it with inverted, or does he have to come in contact with it?
He can block.
He has to come in contact.
The conclusion that we come to is that any technique that comes into contact with the Inverted Spear of Heaven will instantly be turned off, because it says that it just turns off the technique when it comes into contact with it. And we also said that we're not taking into account the red specifically in the anime fight, because it only happens in the anime.
Okay,
what we said.
Here's something else real quick. Your boy Plank in the chat pointed this out. He said, and I have it on the stream right now, he released 10 million curses at the end of Shibuya. So I mean, if he just does that, right? Whether you like, if he just does that and then flies in the air, what's Toji going to really do?
Okay, never fucking mind. Toji fucking cook.
I mean, like, seriously, what is he going to? It says he released 10 million.
Yes, those are not in his.
Back it up.
Wait a second, real quick question. So when
in his arsenal and they don't work for him.
But I mean, it's still his move, bro. Like it's still Kenjaku doing this.
Moves, but they don't work for him. They don't share his vision.
Just
as much distraction.
I think the point is that if he can release 10 million that are not in his control, he should be able to release 1,000 that are. Or even
I think something else I want to point out real quick.
That's not what he's doing.
After Kenjaku gets murdered by Yuta, he's still alive and he's still able to think, and it seems like he's still able to manipulate at least a few curses, and yet all of the curses his stash are just released. So if that's what happens when he dies, even though he's still alive, he's still able to function, shouldn't it logically follow that he's also able to release all those curses?
Hold on. Two things I want to mention here. First thing being, if you to address your point first, if you to like kill all those curses without taking any damage and like open his domain expansion against Sukuna, I'm quite sure like Toji probably do the same thing. But one thing that we are forgetting here is like, sure, in like a 1v1 battle, I do have Kenjaku, but like if Toji were to plan to kill Kenjaku, right? I think
if he sneaks, Kenjaku's finished.
Oh yeah, I mean, with a plan,
yeah. Imagine like, you know.
If Toji has prep time, he wins. He sneaks.
I think with prep time, he beats everyone except for Gojo Sukuna.
Because we talked about this earlier, and Lilo said specifically that this was a battle. This is not like Toji sneaking him.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we've already established that Kenjaku wins. But I'm just saying, like in a JJK like verse, like the way that like think battles are, prep time is very prevalent. Like Sukuna squad, they have plenty of prep time.
I found something else for Kenjaku, a summoning feat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when he fights Yuta after his head has been cut off, there are just innumerable cursed spirits that are like flooding out of the woods to try to protect Kenjaku.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Like when it cuts to him having his head being held up by the cursed spirits, you can see there's literally an entire bridge filled with cursed spirits that are fighting Yuta. So he should be able to summon enough to make that distance. If he can keep Yuta at bay, he can keep Toji at bay.
But those are already summoned, though. Those are pre-summoned abilities.
Also, hold on.
Well, it's stated. Okay, isn't it stated because it's that when that they were released from him? I feel like that was stated.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
He's still alive when this happens.
And also, it's like, have we ever seen a curse actually attack Kenjaku ever?
No, I don't think we have.
So I mean, maybe all 10 million really are his.
I don't think so.
Because he shares vision with them, so that implies that he's controlling all of them at the same time.
It does state that he shares vision with the curses.
If he can't amp them at the same time, he still controls them.
Like at the very so
he doesn't control it. Like I would assume he controlled them. But yeah.
So just real quick,
because like a few of them he does release. Because like Kuroshi was released from cursed spirit manipulation, and he's just chill. He's doing whatever he wants.
So just real quick, like let's say Kenjaku is fighting Toji. Like let's make it the strongest possible Kenjaku. So like right after he absorbs Mahito, right, and he just releases 10 million curses. What can Toji actually do? Like.
The 10 million curses are just
flies off into the sunset, runs away, and lives happily ever after.
Running away is the best option for Toji here.
Yeah, because I mean he's not.
Honestly, what's funny is that in character for him too.
That like Kenjaku, he collected 10 million curses like after possessing Ghetto Body for like a couple years.
No, this was aging.
A singular year.
No.
Actually, wait. Can we back up a second? If he has 10 million curses, I think that might imply that Asura might be right. Because if he got 10 million curses in a year, that would mean he would have to be absorbing like 30,000 a day?
Right? It doesn't make sense. It has
but what I'm saying is like even still, it's still his ability. Like it's him doing it. Like this is if you're fighting the strongest version of Kenjaku, he can just release 10 million cursed spirits, and they're not gonna attack Kenjaku. They're gonna attack you.
Can I clarify what I think Lilos is saying here? Is that
I know
if Kenjaku releases 10 million, regardless of whether or not they're in his control, it's still 10 million curses flooding the battlefield that have never been showed to attack Kenjaku, and then Kenjaku, who still has all the curses that are under his control, not counting the 10 million, versus Toji.
Yeah, it's just too much.
To even play devil's advocate, like to even play devil's advocate, like let's just say for example that like the curses they're gonna attack Kenjaku, right? Kenjaku can just control one curse, fly away, and let bygones be bygones. You know what I'm saying?
He can use Ganesha because he should also be able to do crowd control around him.
Let me give my response to no risk, right?
Well, also, hold on. There's one other thing you can just say. This might not be the first time he had curse manipulation. Like, he was alive for 1,000 years. He could have been absorbing them over the years. And just like...
That's not true. It said in the series somewhere that Ghetto's the first one being born with curse manipulation. Like, I'm quite sure it said like somewhere near the beginning, or like maybe in like
the first in 1,000 years.
Regardless of that, but like even if he had it before, if he would have to keep the technique stored for the entire time in order to be able.
But he like keeps his original body's technique.
That's fair. But it's not stated, so I think that's in headcanon territory.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
It's not even implied.
I just don't see how it really changes much, right?
If he had 10 million curses, like imagine how powerful the Uzumaki could be. If he just put all that together.
It just wipes out the entire
Uzumaki blows up the whole country.
Or not.
This is what they maybe the special grade Dark Country level, guys.
Wait, he can't use he can't use Uzumaki with them because they're not a part of his curse technique. Those are other binding vows he made 1,000 years ago, because it wouldn't make sense for him to get 10 million in a year.
What everyone is saying is that regardless of whether or not he has those, it is within his power to release them during the fight.
Yeah.
Let me respond now. I get what you're saying. He releases 10 million fodder curses. He doesn't share vision with them. He cannot see through them, and all it does is blind his vision. Also, Yuki, and literally everybody else escaped, and they were at the epicenter of that. You think Toji couldn't escape either, bro?
Well, I'm not. I mean, if he's escaping, he loses.
Resets to 0.
I mean, like I'm saying, like it's a fight. Who's going to win, not who's going to run away.
Yeah, I think the thing with this is like if we're counting the curse.
Oh, Nino talking.
Yeah, I was saying, if you're counting those curses, like, it does seem like they kind of listen to Kenjaku. So if at any time he was fighting someone, he's like, 10 million curses, go get that guy. Like, Toji is going to be buried in a pile for, like, forever. He's never getting out of there.
There's a very good point, though, by Asura of that, like, if he could have done that, why not just send them after the Tokyo High people?
Well, I mean, he just didn't really care.
Even if the caveat that he can't control them, still, it's just like now we're back at Kenjaku with however many curses he has on his body versus Toji, and when he released the 10 million cursed spirits, even if you want to say that it's within the realm of the battle that Toji can get away and then come back and fight Kenjaku after they've all left, that's already created enough distance between them that Toji's probably not going to be able to get back in. That Kenjaku's already made the distance to make sure that Toji can't get in and kill him.
But let me argue what I'm saying.
Uzumaki. Like, imagine if he like hid by, like he just fired an Uzumaki from far.
I don't think he runs away. Yes, he can, but I don't think he's away. He uses the 10 million curses as a smoke screen because they're not gonna target him. They can barely even see him. If he gets out of their vision and attacks Kenjaku using them as a smokescreen, as he uses the fly heads, he kind of cooks himself because he doesn't connect the vision with these curses.
Wait, is there any proof of that? Is there any proof of that?
But even if you're saying he can get through all of them, like Kenjaku's gonna notice when there's just like a ton of curses just disappearing, because he can sense each individual curse regardless of whether or not he shares vision.
Actually, real quick, here's what I want to like ask you real quick, and I just like this is a little bit off topic, but do you think Toji beats Yuki?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. We're talking about her, but like I don't think it's
like to 0.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I think it kind of depends. I think it kind of depends, because like it depends who gets the first hit. Because if Yuki can get a maxed out mass punch before Toji can get a soul split katana strike, then Yuki wins. But if Toji,
Soul Split Katana. I feel like she would just break that. Like
I'm not sure if she could do that, but I think she
I
could
feel like we
land the hit
should
though, because
not
she's
let
got
this
Ganesha.
derail the conversation.
Yeah.
My bad. That's my bad. I just want to
I
know.
think if we ignore the 10 million curse bonus,
Let's try to kill the 10 million. He just avoids them and Kenjaku. He just avoids them. He doesn't have to kill them. They're not a part of this fight.
Let's pretend. Let's like ignore the 10 million curses real quick and like pretend they don't exist. I still think this is a high diff fight in Kenjaku's favor, because they're not gonna spawn in like within 2 feet of each other. So Kenjaku can just keep distance, and if they do get close, Kenjaku can still use mini Uzumaki. So he just keeps tiring him out.
And I think that you, like Wise We've just said, what the conclusion that most of us have seemingly come to of like, we believe that Kenjaku can maintain the distance, and if he does that, he wins. But in the unlikely event that Toji is able to close the distance, that we are all conceding that he would win in that scenario, we just don't think it's going to happen.
I don't see a scenario where he can summon all of those curses without using the binding vows.
But I mean, even
regardless of that.
Let's ignore the 10 million curses and let's say he can just summon. Hold up, can I speak?
How much curses does it actually make though? We have no real. Every time he summons a bunch of curses, it's off screen. We don't know. We don't know how much he can summon at once. And from what we've seen in the fight,
let's ignore the 10 million curses, like I already said. And then let's say he can only summon, let's say, 2 at a time. If he summons Kuroroshi and like another like Ganesha or something, or some other special great curse he has, it will buy enough time for him to summon at least a few more. He can keep his distance. Unless they start within like 2 feet of each other, we'll be able to keep his distance.
They said they had countless grade 2 or lower. Yes, they were grade 2. They're not special grade. They're not grade 1. But still, a countless number of grade 2, and Maki bodied all of them in less than time for what's his name.
It was off screen.
We don't know how long that took, and it's also not
what
he's saying. If he does what he's done in every other fight and opens up with the special grades, like, even if Toji could kill the special grades easily, it gives Kenjaku enough time to be able to start summoning other stuff so that he can get away and keep his distance.
Especially Kuro. Kuro on his own is like a bunch of Kuro on his own is like 100 spirits by himself. Like Kuro
or Ganesha by themselves should be able to stall Toji for at least a few moments.
Well, especially with like how
Unless you think Toji like blitzes Yuta, Kuroroshi will be able to survive for at least a little bit.
And I don't think Toji blitzes Yuta, to be honest. I really don't think he does.
I don't think any reasonable person would say that.
And what's up, Tishan? How are you doing?
That was good, guys. I just have a quick point I wanted to address.
What'd you say?
Wait, hold on. Let Tayshawn go, because he hasn't gotten to say anything yet.
Oh yeah, sure.
I just wanted to say, isn't it stated after Kenjaku died that Maki couldn't have 1v1 Kenjaku, or even after the fight with him in the comedian, because of all the curses running rampant?
They said that
but it was
also trouble.
Like, she could have took him. Yeah, she could have took him down. That's what you
It's
said.
very contentious. It's like it said
It says
it would
Rika's
get messy.
strength was
But
necessary
they
for
specifically
stopping
said you
Bruce's
said
manipulation from raging out of control.
I also think another win con that Kenjaku can do, I don't know if it's possible, but I think it is possible with him, that if he realized that most of Toji's offensive power comes from the curse tools, he can just try to just take them away from him, leaving him defenseless. Like, he can try to do that.
Honestly, that's a good idea. Imagine if Toji starts with Soul Split Katana and then Kenjaku summons Ganesha and suddenly he has Soul Split Katana.
Wait,
I think Kenjaku just wins then.
Does Ganesha counter curse tools?
Unlikely.
It's out of his hands, though.
What Ganesha does is that Ganesha is stated to remove all obstacles. So we don't really know what it does, other than that when Kenjaku pulls up to the White House, that one moment all of the special forces are getting ready to fight him, and the next one, like, they're all outside the building floating in the air.
Yeah, it's like a BFR.
Because when he uses it in the actual fight, he fights Yuki, who is like stated to ignore to hard counter Ganesha because she ignores concepts.
To me, what Toji could do then was just pull up inverted square peg and counters it. Inverted square peg and counters it.
A Verdant Spear Heaven is just shorter. Is just a shorter Soul Split Katana.
Wait.
Both of them are essentially one shots.
And didn't
you're giving Kenjaku a weapon that is able to match OG, but it has better reach.
Wait, hold on.
Kenjaku just takes this.
Hold on a second. Didn't I see in the chat someone just mentioned a good point. Doesn't Maki herself say we needed Yuta to take on Kenjaku?
That's exactly what I was saying when I got here.
Didn't we already establish that was like a? She didn't really know his true power. I feel like we already talked about that.
Well, no.
At that point, they had a clear understanding because they all made the plan to go.
If you're gonna say something and you're talking to another person, can the person you're talking to can they go on mute? Because I feel like I can't carry anybody at this point. Honestly, I'm not trying to yeah. But
I can give this statement again, by the way. Maki is actually contending that she should have been the one to fight Kenjaku. And it's everyone else saying no. They don't say no, you couldn't have beat Kenjaku. They say no, you couldn't have dealt with the cursed spirits afterwards. And
no,
that's why.
There is a different statement though. When Yuta wanted to go help Gojo, I think Maki was saying no, we need you for Kenjaku. Didn't she say that there too? That was a different one.
What chapter?
She said he was the assurance. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 230 something. But also another thing is I really think people are underestimating Kuro on his own. I'm looking at this fight again.
Yeah, Kuroshi on his own would give Toji an issue. In all honesty,
he's strong, man. He fights.
Excellent.
Especially those two together.
If Toji, no RCT, no. And holding back, bro, that's not even close.
Real quick.
Yuta literally one shot him out.
Guys, hold on, real quick. Here's my issue, right? I feel we're all agreeing that Kenjaku wins besides Asha. So I honestly want to see his take on this. Why do you think Toji wins? That's what I want to hear more than anything.
Can I ask a question real quick? Real quick. Azura, do you think that Toji blitzes and heavily outspeeds Yuta?
No, but I don't believe Kuroshi is relative to Yuta at all.
Well, I mean, we literally see him get the upper hand on Yuta. Yeah. We watched. If we're looking at the fight on stream right now, he gets the upper hand.
Yeah.
So Kuroshi should at least be able to contend with Toji.
That was Yuta messing about, holding back everything, trying to hide as much of his power.
RCT. He was holding back RCT and Rika. That was all he held back.
Also, this is something that we haven't talked about yet. Is how Kuro's curse technique is so strong.
Yuta does not have precog. I believe him.
Well, him summoning.
You don't really need precog at the time.
Him summoning all these cockroaches is crazy because all of these cockroaches, they're all charged with cursed energy, and they just evaporate people. The reason why Yuta was able to handle them is because he can do RCT, and he erased them all with that. Oh wait, no, hold on. Did he do it? Hold on.
RCT.
Hold on, I don't know if he did RCT here to erase them or if it was just raw cursed energy. I'm not sure.
Yuta doesn't use RCT until he kills Kuroishi.
Okay, so this was just raw cursed energy. But, I don't know, he says, they pose a serious threat as a swarm.
If I may...
To me, Toji just doesn't get targeted by him. He just dodges him out and then assassinates Kenjaku. I don't think he interacts with most of the curses. That's what I'm saying. If he uses them as bodies to sneak around, I think he has a better shot.
Well, no, they're not just cursed. Curses controlled completely by Kenjaku.
They're not just going to let him run past.
Yeah, Kenjaku controlling them, so he's not going to just let him run past.
Maki is blitzing Mach 3 level characters, bro. I don't see him.
Kenjaku's way above
that. I don't see the curses being relative to him. I see Kenjaku being relative to him. Yeah,
okay. I mean, I I think you're being a little disingenuous at this point, being like, yeah, the curse that was literally fighting Yuta is just gonna get run past by Toji.
And Maki is stronger than Toji, by the way. That's how I feel.
And by the way,
Okay, no, Nobito. Okay, put it like this. Nobito was the world's fastest worker, second Bango Yuta existed. To me, first, Noya is faster than
Answer King Shadow's question, like, what's Toji's win con for you?
No, Toji
Toji's win con is avoiding most of the curses. I think he avoids most of the curses and gets the Kenjaku. I don't believe they're fast enough to catch up to him, really. Because that's the main thing. Speed.
So
Kenjaku's arguably one of the faster characters in the series too, though.
Can we let Weeb go? He's trying to get
also,
back.
if he tags any other person, they disappear. No, they get released from Kenjaku, so he cannot use them anymore. If he tags them once with inverted spirit of heaven.
No.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to tag thousands of persons.
But what I want to say real quick is, if Kenjaku summons Kuroshi and he also summons a swarm, then that means he gets the effect of like 3 curse spirits. He gets Kuroshi, who is special grade and should at least be able to keep up with Toji a little bit. He gets a swarm, which was able to essentially pretty close one-shot Choso, if I remember. And he also gets the swarm from Kuroshi, which is the threat. And while those are all dealing with Toji, he's also going to be able to summon more curse spirits and just keep piling on more and more swarms and pull out stronger. It allows him to just build up more. That's what I
Hey,
like.
guys, real quick, this is for like everyone to think about real quick.
Let Norris.
Just before you get in, King Shadow, I just want to bring up something that directly supports Weeb's point really quickly.
Yeah.
So first of all, we know that Yuta probably isn't holding back physicals, because when he talks about fighting Kuroshi, he only says that he wants to not use reverse curse technique and he doesn't want to use Rika. He doesn't talk about physicals. And also, when Toji needs to be more careful fighting Kuroshi, because Yuta knows that whenever if he gets pressed by Kuroshi, he can stop hiding those things and instantly kill him with reverse curse technique. Toji, if he gets hit once, is going to lose the fight.
Yeah, no,
because
true.
the Festering Life grade is Duraneg.
Like, Yuta would have died
something that
from
gets
it
forgotten a
if
lot
he didn't
is
have
that
ICT.
this is starved Kuroshi. Like, this Kuroshi has not eaten in days. So, Kuroshi pre-release from Kenjaku should be stronger than this.
Yes.
And to also mention, like, the blade that Kuroshi is carrying.
Okay, if that's the case, then Toji loses. If it is that strong, if that's starved Kuroshi, and if that Kuroshi is stronger, I would have to concede that Toji would lose then.
Okay, and then also, like, the blade that Kuroshi is carrying, like, what if he just passed that to Kenjaku, like a better wielder, and like they do something with that to like cut Toji, then he loses. But not only that, but like real quick, I have a question for everyone. So when Geto have fought Toji, right? And it's pretty odd to me how like heavily restriction users, they can like enter domain expansions, but like during that time, wasn't Toji in a domain expansion, or am I tripping? Like when he got his ear cut by Geto.
So we talked about that earlier. We said that Toji
wasn't
able to get out of domain expansions, and he wasn't able to air hop. But that's not because he couldn't do them. It was because Gege didn't know he wanted to give him the power yet. But because
so nevertheless, why we granted him that ability then?
Yeah, I was like, that he got it. Like it when Maki unlocks precog and air hop, it stated that she became equal to Toji. So it's just Gege retconning that.
Yeah.
Because he didn't realize he wanted that yet.
Can I also clarify that Maki does not have regular precognition? It's not like she can just see into the future. She just has senses that allow her to predict things.
Like Maharaga, yeah.
I know. No.
No, not like Maharaga. More like
the future better than other people. But there are severe limits to that. Like when she fights Sukuna, he's just, and obviously I'm not saying Kenjaku's gonna do this, but when she fights Sukuna, he's too fast for her to even be able to sense that he's coming. So there are limits. It's not like a hard precog.
It's also like, I think it's more effective the further out you go, because like she senses the air. So now you got hard countered because he has to build up.
Naoya gets countered because he needs to travel a huge distance. She has forever to get out of the way.
Yeah.
And then, to me, Maki was the only character that was relative to
a stronger version of Sukuna in speed to me. I don't believe.
She literally got speed.
She got blitzed. She got blitzed, if I remember correctly.
Are we all agreeing that
she got perception? Yeah, that's the thing that happened. You can't argue it.
And
then she kept fighting afterwards.
Asura, do you agree? Because you said for a sec that if Kuroshi gets stronger, you think Kenjaku wins. So do you agree
now? Because I agree now, yeah. Because Kuroshi's so busted. If that was a start Kuroshi, a fake Kuroshi, yeah, I agree. Because Kuroshi's busted.
Yeah, even a start.
I guess we're all in agreement.
So
this entire stream is just mounted to Kuroshi glaze. Like we're just upscaling Kuroshi. That's what we're doing.
I mean, not to even mention condition. You can summon Kuroshi. Yeah.
Kuroshi was like kind of cracked too, because like that one guy Yuta just like effortlessly decapitated, and he killed like the most people until Yuta killed him. Who was that guy with the like weird laser?
Oh, that was Drew.
Is that he only hid because Drew was a hard counter to him, and when he's brought out, he's only killed twice, and it's because Yuta is also a hard counter with RCT output. Like he would have probably beaten Ryu or like Uro without her curse technique.
Is Yuta still the only character in the show or in the manga who has RC reverse curse energy output?
Sukuna and Yuta are the only three.
Oh, it's Shoko.
Sukuna and Yuta.
Yes. Sukuna has RCT output?
Yeah, he uses it on Megami when he fights Mahoraga.
Oh yeah,
he does.
Right, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, another thing, can Kuro like make a clone of himself without dying? And there just be two.
I don't think so.
Because the condition for it's stated that he can transfer because Kuroshi is stated to die when Yuta hits him with RCT, but it allows him to revive himself with another cockroach.
Oh,
I think it's stated that like all the fear of all like the cockroaches of like Japan is like coalesced into the new creation, but he's still got his old mind.
Yeah. So what would happen? Even if Toji kills Kuroshi, is that Kenjaku and Toji would continue to fight, and then after a little bit, a Kuroshi that wouldn't be under Kenjaku's control would come back and enter the fight anyway.
That's pretty crazy.
Just like he did, because it stated that the player Kuroshi dies, but the cursed spirit continues to live on. The cursed spirit should essentially be immortal. Even if Kenjaku shouldn't be able to control it after the first time.
Unless you find a like womb spot where he's like being reborn and you can destroy that.
But he has so many cockroaches, that's not happening.
Well, I mean, like for you, he was able to do it because he can just shoot a giant blast of cursed energy. But yeah, it's kind of hard counter.
This is one thing he has to deal with, while there's also like 5,000 other cursed spirits and Kenjaku shooting lasers at him.
I think that we've come to the conclusion that Kenjaku's going to take this one home.
Yeah,
Kenjaku gets carried by Kuroshi, confirmed.
Yeah, Kuroshi's a fucking goat. Like,
all jokes aside, I think even without Kuroshi, Kenjaku just
I think Kuroshi and Ganesha by themselves buy enough time.
I will put this debate. Without Kuroshi, I think Toji could actually win more often.
No, I got
he needs something.
I think I do see a world where it's not just a regular 1v1 Toji winning. I do see that, but I don't see a regular 1v1.
I think that we came to that conclusion though, right? Like Toji wins if it's not just like they're both spawned in the middle of the street. If he has prep time, he's going to be able to sneak in. But if they don't have prep time, they just fight each other. Like Kenjaku just has too many aces.
I also
being able to sneak Kenjaku is the fact that he has too many abilities, too many curses to worry about, or that he doesn't even know that he can't prepare for.
Well, I mean, to me, is no cursed energy, so he can just sneak up behind and hit him with Soul Split Katana and chop his head off, like what Yuta did, except more efficient because he has no cursed energy.
I think Higuruma would be Toji's too, by the way, though.
I just don't think Kenjaku's like getting caught back in under any circumstance like that. But if we put him like in that scenario where he just is getting caught back, I guess.
Everyone in the top 10 is like a win con against each other.
I also think just the fact that he has all of Geto's memories from like Geto's fight against Toji, like odds are he probably just has a plan to beat Toji anyway. Like.
Yeah, he even probably has a fucking...
Probably the same plan. If we're using him
Like, if we're using him in the plot, yeah, he should have a plan to beat all the special grades if he ever fought them.
Well, yeah, it's not like smart. It's like, you know, his ability in a way. He's one of the smartest in the game for a reason. And the fact that he has the memories of the guy who killed him, it's kind of like almost a hard counter. It's almost a hard counter.
Real quick, so assuming Toji doesn't have any weapons here, right? And this is a little bit I'll talk about. I'm just curious on what you guys think. If he was caught in Hikaru domain expansion, he got the death penalty. Do you think, like, no weapon, so he can't get confiscation about the weapon, like he can't take with the weapon? What would happen to a heavily restricted user? Would they just die?
I think he would get the domain expansion because of the heavily restriction.
It would be
the same thing as when Naoya tries to hit Maki.
Assuming like ignoring that he can just
different on the domains though. Like I feel like some domains can work. Like, would you say Unlimited Void wouldn't work on Toji? Just because he has Unlimited Void?
It would.
Yes, I think Unlimited Void wouldn't work on Toji because he can't target him.
What about Hikari's though?
Hikari's domain wouldn't be able to target him.
But it will still work.
Hikari's domain still do its thing even if it doesn't.
Yeah, because the only thing
his sure hit effect is like information, and then also what about like Yuji's right with the soul or in Mahito?
All those require curse energy hit him.
The only domain that can hit him is Sukuna, but that Gojo and Kenjaku, completely headcanon by the way, might be able to change their sure hit conditions. But there's no proof that anybody other than Sukuna can hit him with a domain expansion.
Yeah, I thought domain expansion knowledge-wise, like if you have a soul, you're gonna get hit with it. I
still requires cursed energy to hit. You still need cursed energy for Mahito's domain to hit you.
I was so happy at the start of this when Kenjaku was losing. I was so happy. I was having the time of my life.
That was
before we knew Kuroshi was the GOAT. So
we've convinced you. You've joined the Kuroshi agenda.
I didn't realize that if you don't just blow up Kuroshi with RCT, he's like super hard to deal with.
Yeah, he's like actually 3 minutes.
I think at that point, Yuta also didn't want to rebuild Rika at that point as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there's also that. So yeah.
Yeah, he didn't.
What do you guys think about Maki saying if Yuta dies, they lose all their assurance? Do you think she's just talking about like the body swap with Gojo, or do you think she's talking about Kenjaku specifically?
I think she's talking about Kenjaku specifically because that's what
Kenjaku and Sukuna.
And Kenjaku and Sukuna as well. Because you gotta get to Sukuna, you gotta be Kenjaku first. So
does that say all? Because in some translations it says most, not all.
I mean, if they regardless of what happens at that point in the story, if it's like, okay, Gojo's dead and Yuta's dead, like they're all dead. They're never winning.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Yeah. Unless Yuta clutches up and just hits like a million soul dismantles.
What do you guys think about Sukuna was holding back versus Gojo?
I think that's a whole.
Not talking about Sukuna versus Gojo.
That's a whole other.
So off topic.
Yeah, that's a whole other debate.
I was gonna say it's like narratively irrelevant to say that he wasn't trying because he wouldn't have been so satisfied to the point where he said, "I will remember you for the rest of your fucking life." Gojo Satoru. He wouldn't have said that he was trying.
I'm quite sure he's not gonna forget anybody in the Kenjaku showdown. So there's that.
No, he probably will.
234.
He immediately forgot.
But
only gonna remember Yuji just because he hates him so much.
Oh, okay. He remembered Kenny. He remembered his servant. I forgot her name. Or
Urame. Those are
Urame. Yeah.
Hold on.
That's his fucking personal shit.
Hold up. That's
and then also Yorozu.
King Shadow. I don't want this. I don't want to Gojo versus Sukuna debate. That's a.
We don't have to go there. I'm just
hold
saying.
up. But there's another statement here. I want to see other translations for it too. Where Kusakabe? He says Gojo just needs to beat Sukuna because the rest of us can probably handle Kenjaku. Like that line. I mean, you could say like. There's a chance they don't lose. It's low,
What
but
chapter?
I mean,
there's 100% a gap.
I mean, they straight up say you can't beat him conventionally, guys. Like we gotta do something out the fucking box.
Yeah,
and I mean they sneak him instead of just fighting him too.
Can I respond to what Lilo's asked about? I'm looking at it in the like. It refers to it not as in most other translations as not as it's definitive we're going to win, but that there's a chance. Like it better translates to like taking the risk.
What's the other translations? What's the other translation say for that exact speech bubble? It's 234 page 3.
I have another one up that says insurance won't be needed if we win against Sukuna here. We should take that gamble.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up another translation.
Oh yeah, because they were referring.
Can anybody find this in
Gojo being alive still?
Japanese, by the way?
Dog, I ain't gonna do generations. I give up on that shit, bro. It never works.
Okay.
But you know what, guys?
The AI.
Hold on. What do you mean it never works?
I think I'm gonna close out the debate here. I'm gonna usually I save these to members only, but I think I'll leave this one up. I might leave this normal. But yeah, I think that'll be the end of this debate here. I still need to research more stuff about it because it's interesting. They both have win conditions, but it does seem more likely that Kenjaku would win just by zoning.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, Lilos.
Yeah.
Remember that Castro debate, bro. We need to have that. I ain't letting you forget it till the day I die, bro.
I actually
that shit right now.
I will actually.
I wanted to talk about some One Piece debate about the recent chapter, how they involved a new thing about Conqueror's hockey. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, with mass and stuff. That actually is kind of. I will.
It's kind of like what they did with Hunter x Hunter. If you notice it, Lilos.
I did notice it because they were saying you can cancel out hockey if yours doesn't surpass theirs. It kind of does.
No. It's way deeper than that. It's okay. Just real quick. Imagine a cup 50%, so they overloaded that. So
yeah.
It's kind of like what they did in Hunter x Hunter, as in Gon can only use his rock for an output. And that one rock almost one-shotted Morel. So, that's what they did to Ross, if you get what I'm saying there. If you,
Yeah, I get it. It does seem like there's, a hockey output thing. But we don't... I mean, to be honest with you, One Piece is, the reverse of Jujutsu Kaisen. Where it's, Jujutsu Kaisen is, all about the fights and, barely about the story. But One Piece is, all about the story, barely about the fights. So I don't even know if Oda's going to stay consistent with that, to be just completely honest. When I read that, I'm like, this is a cool concept, but, he might just not stay consistent with this. But it's...
I think he already did, though. With capacity of hockey, it's all right, we know we're, when Luffy uses Gear 5 and Gear 4, he burns out his hockey. That's mean he's deflated. And then he got one-shotted by Kaido. Kaido could have been using 100% attack when he uses that one move that one-shotted Luffy. I think that's consistency right there, right? He just foreshadowed it right there.
Well, I mean, yeah, what I'm saying is moving forward, I don't know if he'll stay consistent. It's there throughout the story. They even talk about it you can sense how much hockey someone has, but yeah, I hope he stays consistent with it. I'll probably make videos on it, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna close out the debate here. I gotta get going to sleep, but this was a fun debate.
Go to sleep, bro.
Good night already.
Yeah, and I will do that. I will do Hisoka versus Castro as a video probably this week. So I might do a debate on that because there's a line Castro has where it's if he had stayed calm, he could have put up a challenging fight against one-arm Hisoka. So there is something.
He could do that arms again, though. He could do that to the other one.